Good evening, everybody. We welcome you to Spirit Lake High School, and we are getting set for a huge Class 2A District 2 matchup tonight. It's a top 5 matchup with the Spirit Lake Indians and the OABCIG Falcons. Clyde Erkey is off this week. Dr. Ryan Rolk will join me fashionably late shortly. I'm Jason Jacobs. Thanks for joining us. Matthew Grisham providing Explorer Kaboji live video tonight. And Michael Petska, our studio engineer at 103.9 Mission Control. Two very good football teams coming into tonight, both 4-0 on the season. Spirit Lake coming off a 47-6 win at Pocahontas area, and OABCIG picking up a good win at home against Southeast Valley 28-8, the defending 2A champions a week ago. But what happens tonight? This is a big, big game in terms of the 2A District 2 matchup and the seedings, and to see who perhaps can get out of this 2A District 2 as the champion. We'll see what happens here tonight. It's our pregame show sponsored by Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake. We had a chance to catch up with Spirit Lake head football coach Josh Beloit and OABCIG head football coach Larry Allen. We'll hear from the coaches after this on KUOO and live video streaming at ExplorerKaboji.com.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
The pregame show is brought to you by Lakes Regional Healthcare, and joining us now is Spirit Lake head football coach Josh Beloit. Coach, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
Let's recap last week against Pocahontas area, 47-6. Tell me what you thought were the highlights after rewatching that game, and what are some areas you'd like to improve upon?
I think our guys played with really great effort. I thought we had a lot of guys play really hard. Defensive side of the ball, I thought Justin Hamm had a great night. Coverage, a couple interceptions. I thought Owen Lallamadeer tackled really, really well. I thought our defensive line fit well. Gabe Pullman had a really good night. And so just felt like that part of it. I thought on the offensive side, Bodie and Jake ran really, really hard, had big explosive runs. That's a credit to our guys up front, our receivers blocking well. So the only thing I'd say, I thought we were a little undisciplined. I thought we put ourselves in some negative yard situations because of mistakes or mental errors on our part that we need to clean up and can't do. And consistently be successful. So that was my take so far.
You mentioned mental errors, and I know that's something you're not going to be able to do tonight. And looking at your recent history against tonight's opponent, OABCIG, they've been close games. Obviously very good teams. And last year, I know a couple of key mistakes in that second half maybe cost you guys that game.
Yeah, a similar game that way. I had some key penalties and key situations, some key mistakes and key situations in the game down there at their place. And, yeah, they've been really good games. A really good team, well-coached team. The style of offense they run really fits the kind of athlete they have at quarterback. They have back at Gene Cooper's brother this year and last year, and just a phenomenal athlete as well, and runs well. But, yeah, it's going to be a really big test for us on both sides of the ball in the special teams game. I think it's going to be a little windy tonight, so that'll be a big part of it as well, is how you can control field position and take care of the ball with the special teams game. And, yeah, excited. It's going to be a great game, I think. So.
Well, let's talk about them a little bit more offensively. Obviously, DeJean is the key, right? I mean, the guy's got over 1,000 yards through the air and rushing himself. What is it that makes him just so special?
His ability. He's a phenomenal athlete, so his ability to extend plays. It's not like it's a rhythm offense where they one-step balls out. It's one step, avoid two tackles, run to the perimeter. Receivers have 5, 6, 7 seconds, and so it makes it a long time to cover. And it makes it really important to get people to the ball and finish when you get there. And not only is he fast, but he's physical, so he breaks tackles. And so, that's the part that makes them difficult to defend. And the receivers do a phenomenal job continuing to keep active. They don't just sit and settle. They run and move around and adjust routes accordingly to him, because that's what they do all the time. And defensively, he's kind of the trigger guy there as well, being the free safety and quarterback of their defense. And just really makes it so they don't give up a lot of big plays on defense, and they're physical up front. And so it makes it a challenge that way to just consistently move the ball on them.
Talk about them defensively. What sort of a front are they going to pose for you this evening?
They run a 3-5, but they play really they play a stand-up backer that rushes all the time, so they're bringing 4-man pressure all the time. Free safety in the middle of the field, so they're mainly cover 3. They'll run some man occasionally. They'll bring a little bit of pressure, but not a ton. Just really physical and big up front, and really try to two-gap a lot of times with their defensive linemen and let their linebackers attack seams and make plays that way. Have played really phenomenal defense this year as well, and so it'll be a tough matchup that way.
Are they similar to you guys in that there's a lot of different guys on both sides of the ball? I mean, I noticed they had a lot of kids on that roster, which is probably not too shocking when you have a Division I football player that's come out of your program. Kids are excited to play football, but do they rotate a lot of guys in, or is it a lot of the same guys on both sides of the ball?
You know, they play a lot of guys both ways. You know what I mean? So their guys, definitely don't get a lot of a break. You know, they list their freshmen on their roster as well. Some of their rosters, looks a little bigger that way. But no, they definitely play their guys really both ways, which hopefully is an advantage to us late in the game, that we can stay fresh in a game like that and continue to have fresh players. And with what they do offensively, it's important. With them extending plays like that, defensive snaps are going to last closer to 10 seconds than 4 or 5 seconds.
Right.
So guys are going to get more tired that way.
Let's just kind of talk, what do you think are the keys to tonight's game for your team?
You know, eliminating the explosive plays. You know, if you look at our last couple of games against them, in all their games, they have a lot of 40, 50, 60-yard plays. They get behind you in coverage, or the team breaks several tackles and goes on a bigger run. We need to eliminate those plays, trying to keep those in the 10, 20-yard range and make them earn them. Obviously, ball security, taking care of the ball, is going to be huge. And then just play mistake-free football. Coach, thanks so much for your time here on the pregame show. Best of luck this evening. We'll chat with you afterwards, okay? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.
That's Spirit Lake head football coach Josh Beloit on the pregame show from Lakes Regional Healthcare, and more on the way with KUOO.
CMB is a proud sponsor of our local high school athletic teams. Shop online and browse our inventory at deerequipment.com. CMB, your local John Deere dealer, committed to being your dealer of choice.
McKean's Pub and Grill in Spirit Lake has awesome nightly specials Tuesday through Saturday. Stop by after the game or any night and enjoy a great atmosphere and good times with friends at McKean's Pub and Grill.
Back on the Lakes Regional Healthcare pregame show. And before we get to the matchup with OABCIG and Spirit Lake, let's bring in OABCIG head football coach Larry Allen. Larry, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, great to join you today.
Well, appreciate the time. And Larry, let's talk about last week as you guys would take on Southeast Valley and get the victory by a score of 28-8. And take us through that game last Friday.
It was actually a lot closer than the score indicated. We marched down and scored on our first possession, and then we had a fumble that they scooped and scored. So we're actually behind 8-7 at half. Came out in the third quarter and didn't do a lot. And then we were able to break a long run that got us some momentum back, and then we were able to score 2 more times there in the second half. A hard-fought game for sure. I think the big difference. I think we kind of wore them down in that third and fourth quarter. They've had some injuries throughout the year, and we're a little bit shorthanded. So need to take that kind of effort every week to have the success that we'd like to have.
Okay. You started off the season with wins over Ridgeview, Storm Lake, East Sac County, and then Southeast Valley. And looks like your offense is going pretty well. Looks like your defense is equally as good as your offense.
We've kind of have the philosophy defensively that we'll give up some yards, but we're not gonna give up the easy yards, and we're gonna try to keep you out of the end zone, obviously. And the kids have really done a nice job. Coach Chizek does a phenomenal job of having kids prepared, and they really buy into what he's selling. And I think that's been a key for us, that they understand that if everybody just does their role or their job on each play, that we'll be successful.
Well, it looks like you got a good senior leader in Beckett DeJean, but also some sophomores, juniors, seniors stepping in there besides him. So tell us a little bit about your team this year.
Well, we have 20 seniors, to be honest with you, and we only start 1 sophomore on defense and 10 seniors, and on offense we have 10 seniors and 1 junior. So we get a lot of playing time from those kids, but we do have other kids who will step in and give us some minutes. And we're fortunate that we have a lot of defensive linemen that we can rotate around, receiver guys that we can get in there if given the chance. It's one of those deals that you're not going to just hang your hat on one kid. And that's been the benefit for us this year, that we've had 3 or 4 different kids be a leading receiver for us. And that's been huge for us with the type of offense that we have. Defensively, I think it's been a different kid each week that's been our leading tackler. So that's been good to see.
Okay, fantastic. And we're visiting now with OABCIG coach Larry Allen. And Larry, you'll make a road trip up to Spirit Lake. What have you seen from the Spirit Lake Indians?
Well, all the things that you don't want to see when you're looking at an opponent. They're big, they're fast, they're physical, they're aggressive. Just things that make them a quality program. We're going to have to make sure that we hold our own up front and give Beckett an opportunity to throw the ball downfield. They're really aggressive defensively, so we'll have to try to find some way that we can try to use that against them. It's a lot easier said than done, of course. Just a quality program top to bottom, and we know it'll be a challenge for us.
Should be a fun matchup. Larry, congratulations on the great 4-0 start and continued success throughout the rest of the season. Thanks for joining us.
You bet. Glad to be with you.
That is OABCIG football coach Larry Allen. Our starting lineups and our kickoff will be coming up next on KUOO.
From major accidents to minor fender benders, Journey Collision Center in Spirit Lake is prepared to get you back on the road looking like new with their state-of-the-art.
We welcome you back here to Hafer Field in Spirit Lake. Tonight it's a top 5 matchup with number 5 Spirit Lake and number 2 OABCIG in the Radio Iowa poll, getting set for a 2A District 2 matchup. With Dr. Ryan Rolk, I'm Jason Jacobs. Thanks for joining us tonight. Michael Petzka, our outstanding studio engineer, and of course Matthew Grisham running Explore Kaboji live video. Tonight's game can be watched at explorekaboji.com under the sports tab, via Explore Kaboji's YouTube channel, and also on the CF video channel, which, Doc, I know you like to watch at home on the TV.
Love it with the Fire Stick popping up the old CF video. Great feature, JJ.
Fire Stick or Roku, it works on both. Just search the letters CF and video. That's all you got to do. All right, Doc, here we go. Big matchup here tonight. 2 4-0 teams, 1-0 in 2A District 2, and a lot of implications on the line here tonight in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, JJ. And you got 2 high-powered offenses going at, but it's, every football game, and especially this one, is going to come down to the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Because if Spirit Lake, OABCIG, it's kind of funny that they're a team that they have basically two running plays, quarterback draw and fullback trap. Otherwise, the yards they do gain is when DeJean breaks contain and scrambles all over the field. And so that's where Spirit Lake's defense, gap integrity, trust your eyes, read your keys, go from there.
Have some fun, too. I think we're going to have some fun here tonight. Good to have you along. Clyde is off tonight and next week. He's on a little vacation. So
thanks for asking me. I mean, big shoes to fill with Clyde. I'm not even going to try to do that, but thanks for this is great. Thanks for having me,
You didn't bring
JJ.
the computer along, but that's okay. We're excited to have you along here tonight, and you and I get to reunite and have a little fun.
It's been a while.
You and I haven't called the game together in like 3 years.
No, we have some good memories though. It's like riding a bike, JJ. We'll be okay.
So give us about a half a quarter and things will really start to get wild around here. And it's going to be fun there. Let's get to our starting lineups tonight. Our starting lineups are presented by our friends at Okoboji Motor Company Service Department. Or check that. Brought to you by our friends at Central Bank and Central Insurance. They are there to make it happen for you. We'll say thanks to Central Bank and Central Insurance and give you those starting lineups next on KUOO and Explore Okoboji live video. Oh, man, that was...
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Tonight, thanks to Central Bank and Central Insurance, they are there to make it happen for you. We will start offensively for Spirit Lake. On the line, Cale Queering, Ethan Carlson, Evan Beck, Josiah McQuan, Owen Meerbeek. Receivers are Drew Alger, Tyler Voss, Caden Hassel, Justin Ham. The quarterback is Cade Lunt, the sophomore, handing off to the sophomore, Bodie Higgins, who's having an outstanding season, over 600 yards on the ground through 4 games.
Youth is being served on Spirit Lake. OABCIG with 20-some-odd seniors. They start 1 sophomore on defense, 1 junior on offense. Otherwise, a bunch of seniors. Now you got a bunch of kids for Spirit Lake who don't know any better going out there and playing and having success.
OABCIG is going to start with the football. We'll get their offense in a moment. OABCIG defensively, Kyle Spots, Levi Streed, and Vince Heffling on the line. Linebackers, Trayton Kohler, Carson Quirk, Bodie Hansen, Carter Hofling, and Lennon Wells. Defensive backs are Beckett DeJean, Josh Peters, Gabe Winterroad. We'll flip the script after the kickoff here momentarily.
It's going to be interesting because, OABCIG, if you look at the schedules, Spirit Lake's played a much tougher schedule. Spencer, ranked team in Pocahontas, and they've dominated. OABCIG, you start out with Galva Holstein, Storm Lake, and East Sac until last week they went down to Gowrie. It's not exactly a murderer's row. What's very interesting to me is OABCIG this first quarter. Welcome to Northwest Iowa football, because this is a passing team, and they're going right into the teeth of this south wind that's kicking those flags pretty good.
Could be interesting here in the first quarter. Of course, Spirit Lake has Justin Ham out for the kickoff. OABCIG will receive. One of those receivers is Gabe Winterroad on the left side of your screen if you're watching on Explore Kaboji live video. And it's, of course, going to go to the other guy, is number 22, Josh Peters, into the end zone. And the Falcons will start at their own 20-yard line with exactly 12 minutes on the clock in the first quarter.
That gives you a little bit of idea how strong that wind is. They just got up there in that current. It just kept floating.
And it's not uncommon for Justin Ham to get it into the end zone for a touchback, but that was really, really high. So here we go. OABCIG and Beckett DeJean, younger brother of Cooper DeJean, who I wish was still playing quarterback at the University of Iowa, but he's doing a great job on defense, isn't he?
We'll leave that alone.
All right, here we go. 4 wide receivers, and DeJean looking to throw on first down, and over the middle, sails that thing. I think some miscommunication between him and 45 there, Lennon Wells.
I don't see Dearson out there. Griffin Dearson, who has been such a vital part of their offense, the fullback and linebacker over these last 3 years in the success.
He is not listed tonight, so at least as a starter anyway.
Yeah.
That's interesting. 2nd down and 10. We have 3 receivers to the right side of the field, and they will roll to the right. DeJean throws over the middle and almost intercepted. That was a dangerous throw, and I think he was going for Trayton Kohler, but well overthrown. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Falcons. So 3rd and 10 with 11:51 to go here in the first quarter. And we have 5 wide receivers, and they're looking to throw. And here's DeJean, and he's getting free. And will they be able to drag him down? Yes, and it looks like he's going to be shy of the first down. But, man, there's an example there, Doc, of how DeJean can make plays.
Well, and DeJean really kind of made a bad read there. Once he broke contain, if he'd have just tucked it up, he had a chance to cut back and obviously get that first down. But he just kind of paused, and the pursuit of Spirit Lake kept him from getting that first down. So now they're going to have to punt into this pretty stiff wind, and you got the returner standing at midfield.
And DeJean will likely be the punter in this situation. And here it goes. Not a terrible punt given that it's in the wind, but it goes and now takes an OABCIG bounce to the Spirit Lake 45-yard line.
Yeah, just across the OABCIG 45. And rolled about 10 yards, but you could see it just stopping that wind. That wind just stuck it up in the air.
So Spirit Lake offensively will come onto the field here in a scoreless ball game, about 28 seconds into the first quarter. And folks, this is going to be this could be a long one here tonight. These two teams, they can throw the ball pretty well. Spirit Lake will have, of course, Cade Lunt in the shotgun with Bodie Higgins, and 4 receivers to each side here to start 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Pretty good field position. Alger in motion. Now they're going to toss out to Voss to the 50-45. Tossed out of bounds at the 40-yard line of the Falcons. It's going to be about a 15-yard pickup and a first down. So into Falcons territory right away goes Spirit Lake. They say he's out of bounds at the Falcons' 44-yard line. So what did he gain there? About 9 on that.
No, he gained about 13.
Or 13, excuse me. Thank you, Doc. And what do we have here now?
Little motion.
So we've got a legal procedure. And that's going to move Spirit Lake back. So the penalty pushes them back to the 48 yard line.
You know, OABCIG's up there in that big three-man front, big seniors. You don't know what kind of success you're going to have running, but boy, Higgins shows some speed there. They had that strung out, and he was able to get to break that leverage, and he gained, 6 yards?
Stiff-armed him down to the 42.
That kid's got wheels. Sophomore?
He is strong, too. So give him 6 yards on that, and it will be 2nd down and 9 now for Spirit Lake. Much more manageable as they'll send a couple guys in motion here, Voss and also, I believe, Ham into the ball game. Now they'll hand off here, Higgins through the middle, and he just bulldozes over guys and down to the 37-yard line. So another 5-yard pickup there makes it 3rd and very manageable. 3rd down and 4. And they will fake the handoff over the middle, looking for Voss, and a little bit of a high throw there. He was well covered over the middle there. Don't think OABCIG is just going to leave Tyler Voss wide open over the middle like some of the other teams that Spirit Lake has played.
And that was a play where Spirit Lake, they're going to go for it on 4th down, so they want on 3rd down, they're going to try to hit a home run. Now they're going to come back and convert.
So here we go. 4th down and 4. Spirit Lake at the OABCIG 37-yard line. No score. 10:53 to go first quarter. Alger in motion. They fake the handoff. Now they'll just kind of pitch it there to Voss. Voss has a 1st down and then some down to the 26.
That should be an incomplete pass.
No, they say he fumbled.
That really should be an incomplete pass.
So they're going to say OABCIG has the ball?
Well, OABCIG said
now they're talking about it.
It should be an incomplete pass, and OABCIG wants it to be an incomplete pass because they get it back at the spot.
Let's see what the officials mic'd up here this evening.
It's an incomplete pass. He never had possession.
So incomplete pass.
But what a play call. That thing opened up like the Red Sea. Just wasn't able to control it.
So a turnover on downs, and the Falcons get the football back here. Again, we're scoreless. About 1 minute and 13 seconds here into this first quarter. So the Falcons getting the ball here at their own 37. 10:47 on the clock. And they're going to hand off here, and there's no running room there for that guy.
That was the trap that they like to run, but with that 35, inside backers read their key, filled the A-gap, stuffed it.
Nothing there for Ladwig as he loses, 2 yards on that.
And it's funny that OABCIG doesn't try to pound the ball some more because they are so big along that line. You think they have a definite size advantage. You think they could just wedge people out.
So it'll be 2nd down and 12 from their own 35-yard line. And they have 4 receivers again. DeJean by himself in the backfield. That's going to be batted down by Tyler Voss. It's incomplete. And we'll have 3rd down coming up. The defenses are shining, I should say, so far.
And Pullman rocked DeJean on that. He gave him a shot.
So 3rd down and 12 for the Falcons now. 3rd down and 12. And we have 3 receivers left, single receiver to the right. DeJean has, I believe, Ladwig in the background or in the backfield with him. He's going to look to throw. Now he's just going to try to take off. He'll avoid 1 tackler, but not 2. He's not going to avoid Jake Cornwall. And he'll be tackled for a loss at the 27-yard line.
It's pretty obvious what they've made adjustments. They're just having a spy on DeJean. They're not going to let him beat him when this play breaks down and he starts running around out there. So once again, he's going to be punting away from inside his 20-yard line and see if he can get it past midfield.
Yeah, and they will have DeJean punt here. And I think that's Higgins back to receive for the Indians. He's at his own 46. So there's the punt. He gets it off. He'll punt it away from Higgins. Out of bounds it'll go at the 47-yard line. So, good field position again for the Indians offense coming up. 9:27 to play here in the first quarter. We are scoreless between Spirit Lake and OABCIG.
I think you're going to see Spirit Lake start to pick on this cornerback on the bottom of the formation.
We'll see what they decide to do here. They did have some success running the ball there, Doc, in that first possession too. Let's see what happens here on 1st down. They're going to roll to the left. They're going to toss out to Voss at the 50 to the 55 or 45 and down near the 40 as he's out of bounds at the 40-yard line. an Indians first down. Gain of 13, it looks like.
Yeah, just flooded that zone, that part of that third of the field, high, low, intermediate, and pick out who you want to throw it to.
And Voss has had 2 13-yard pickups for 26 yards tonight. They're going to throw to the right, and that'll be through the outstretched arms of, I think it was it was Justin Ham, I believe, that time.
Once again, they're going after number 10.
Caden Hassel, excuse me. So incomplete.
Just a little hitch on Hassel, ran just a little outside of his catch radius.
So here's 2nd down and 10. We'll have 3 receivers to the left here. And high snap. They'll toss it out here. That's going to be caught. It'll be Cornwall. Inside the 25. Stays on his feet. Nice job running along the sideline there by Cornwall. Out at the 22-yard line. Gain of 18.
Well, it's not a complicated game. Find something that you like and keep running it. And they're going after. They think they have an advantage with these cornerbacks. The receivers against these cornerbacks of OABCIG.
1st and 10, ball at the 22-yard line, and they will hand off. I think this is Cornwall again. Not a whole lot of running room there. Looks like he got the 20-yard line. Are they going to give him the 19? Yes. So gain of 3.
So they're on this near side hash, and they were strong side to the short side of the field. Now they're going to go strong side to the wide side of the field, see if they can get them spread out, use their speed. Watch number 10. Watch Voss.
And they're going to hand off here to Higgins. Oh, they're going to scoop it back up to Cornwall, and then it's going to be incomplete. So they just kind of tossed it back to Cornwall there.
They run that shovel pass again. They saw something on film that they like, and it would have been a first down on that last possession on 4th down. Once again, they weren't able to convert it. Put that in the memory bank, because they're going to come back to that in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Absolutely.
When they need it.
3rd and 7. Indians will line up with 2 receivers to the far side of the field. And now they will send Voss in motion. Here's Cade Lunt rolling to his right, looking to throw. Now he'll toss it out. He's got a man. It's caught. It should be a first down. I believe that's Drew Alger inside the 10-yard line. Mark him at the 7.
Once again, high, low, intermediate, and you give your quarterback an option on that drag pattern who he wants to throw to. Pick the intermediate guy, first down. Now your goal to go at the 7.
1st and goal from the 7 after a 12-yard pickup by Alger. They're on the far side of the field. 2 receivers to the far side from us. Delayed handoff, Higgins inside the 5, into the end zone. There's the Indians' touchdown.
That was just a simple counter tray where they pulled the offside guard, the offside tackle, opened the hole up, and Higgins was untouched until he got inside the end zone.
8:23 to go here in the first quarter, and Spirit Lake strikes first on a 7-yard touchdown run by Bodie Higgins.
Taking advantage of the wind.
Absolutely. Got to do that. Here's the extra point attempt coming up now. They'll swing the gate back over for Justin Ham.
Kind of a late arriving crowd on the...
Oh, it's what is it, about 2 hours? Not quite 2. Your snap, hold, kick is on the way. Good. And Spirit Lake leads 7-0. 8:23 to go here in the first quarter. Back with more high school football in a minute on KUOO.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we invest in economic development, safety, youth, and charitable programs. We are committed to the communities we serve.
Powering communities, improving lives at your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Pub 19 is open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. with limited seating. Dine in or carry out every Friday night. You can enjoy the in-house smoked prime rib. Pub 19 at Okoboji View Golf Course on Highway 86 in Spirit Lake. And check out their new menu items at pub19barngrill.com.
At Okoboji Motor Company, we understand your vehicle represents a significant investment, and nobody knows your vehicle better than our certified experts, who bring on average 30 years experience in providing expert GM and Toyota service. We have the latest, most advanced equipment specifically designed for your vehicles. Express Lube and service hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 336-1500 to service your vehicle.
Okoboji Motor Company. Driven to serve better. Driven to serve better.
Nice legal. No. Field in Spirit Lake, 8:23 to go first quarter, 7-0. Spirit Lake Indians leading the number 2 OABCIG Falcons. Number 5 hosting number 2 this week in Class 2A in 2A District 2 play. Ham with the kickoff for the Indians, and this one will be taken at the 3-yard line. Oh, they're going to do a little handoff here to Winter Road up the right side, but there's not a whole lot of running room there. Kind of actually ended up running into the gang of people there at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, that didn't work out the way they wanted to. Interesting, on that last possession, you saw 3 different times where Spirit Lake was flooding the zone with their receivers. Well, now let's see what, and they got something started with that, going with that they like. Now let's see what OABCIG does to counter.
They're at their own 14-yard line, and again, 8:15 to go first quarter. And they're going to send 2 receivers to the near side of the field. And here's DeJean. Oh, somebody was definitely early. The running back that time around, Kelton Ladwig, definitely took off early there.
Right now, Spirit Lake has all 11 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. They're just daring them to try to throw into this wind, and they don't have any confidence that they can run the ball against them.
So where does that put? That puts the ball at the 9. It is still just a 5-yard penalty there. I always have to double check with inside the 20 how far they're going to move them back. So it'll be 1st and 15. Looks like they've got that same formation there for the Falcons. They're going to hand off, and there's not a whole lot of running room there for number 9, Kelton Ladwig. In fact, he might have lost a yard.
Yeah, he did. There's just nothing there. Spirit Lake, they have every gap filled. Their run fits are doing exactly what they should do up with their front line, and their linebackers are scraping and making a play.
Ball at the 8. It'll be now, 3rd down, and I think 16. Now they're going to spread it out with 4 receivers, 2 each side. There's a man in the backfield with DeJean. He'll look to throw from his end zone. He'll toss it downfield, and just beyond the outstretched arms of Gabe Winterroad. A little speed out there for Gabe Winterroad, though. He's not a slow receiver by any means, but it'll be a punt situation here for OABCIG. This is a little scary here, Doc. Actually, it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and long here, but it's a little bit of a scary situation here for them in this 3rd and 16. You at least want to give yourself some room to punt the ball. There's a snap. DeJean looking to throw. Pressure over the middle. Intercepted at the 21-yard line. Who was it? Drew Alger.
Yeah, DeJean, he had Kolar coming across the field, and he thought he was going to sit down, and if he would have led Kolar was behind the defense, and that he would have scored on that, but that wasn't a real good read right there by your quarterback. Of course, he's under duress. He doesn't have time
he's been pressured all night.
Doesn't have time to sit back and look.
Indians offense back on the field at the Falcons' 21-yard line, up 7-0, and they will look to throw. Here's Hassel, and he overshoots the intended receiver there. Got a little too excited because Ham got away from the defenders, but he just overshot him.
Yeah, they just ran a delayed drag with Ham, and they cleared out that area, and quarterback got a little too much air underneath it.
So ball 2nd down and 10 at the 26 for Spirit Lake. And again, up 7-0. Our broadcast tonight, thanks to Lakes Regional Healthcare, Central Bank and Insurance, OABCIG Motor Company, and the Eye Care Center. 4 receivers, a man in motion for Spirit Lake. They'll toss it out. That will be caught. That is Ham for Spirit Lake. Ham will pick up about 5, maybe 6. Looks like it's going to be 6.
You have single coverage. You just ran a hitch route. Spirit Lake has more confidence in their receivers than they do in OABCIG's cornerbacks. Pretty simple game right now.
So it'll be 3rd down here for Spirit Lake from the 20-yard line. 3rd down and 4. Tried to get a guy to jump there, and they will hand it off here to Higgins. Higgins will try to avoid some defenders, but OABCIG wraps him up pretty quickly.
Gain of about 2. You're going to have 4th and 2.
And I would say definitely going to go for it.
Well, yeah,
here, not going to kick a field goal, even though you have the wind that far out.
You're going to go for it because you have complete confidence in your defense right now with 6 minutes to go in this first quarter. They tried the old Iowa stretch play, and it turned out about like how Iowa stretch plays have been working.
4th and 2 from the 18. And they're going to hand off. Higgins, I don't know if he got it.
Yeah, he
close.
got it. He got it.
I believe the far side's going to say he's right at the 16-yard line, and he's going to get it.
He ran.
So give 2 to
But, of
Bodie.
course, hang on. They're going to measure this.
Okay.
Oh, boy, he got a terrible spot on that.
It still might win. I don't know.
He
Now
got
I know.
a terrible spot.
I mean,
on
he
that.
needed the 16-yard line. Is it going to be enough?
I think he's going to be about a half a yard short from where they spotted it.
Busy night tonight on the family of stations. Okoboji has their homecoming at home against Unity Christian. That's on Q102. Y100 tonight. Sibley Ochin hosting Emmetsburg. Did we get it? No. Turnover on downs by, I don't know, maybe a half a football. Wow. So 6:09 to go. And the Falcons get a stop defensively. And really a stop they desperately needed.
Yeah, but once again, they're starting on their own 16-yard line. This entire first quarter has been played on this half of the field, and they haven't shown any threat to Spirit Lake's defense so far.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Falcons at their own 16, trailing 7-0, 6:09 to go in the first quarter, and there are 3 receivers for the Falcons, 2 to the far side of the field. They're going to hand off on first down, and there is no running room for Kelton Ladwig. There is just nothing there as he loses 2 yards.
And once again, Spirit Lake is showing no fear of DeJean faking that handoff and tucking it up and going. They're just selling right out on the running back. You just wonder how much missing, Dearson not being here is affecting their offense, because he's been so vital for these last 3 years for them.
I'm not really sure what's the situation there, but it'll be 3 receivers right, single receiver to the left. In the shotgun is DeJean. Looking to throw over the middle, almost intercepted, and then caught by a lineman. That's number 76, Luke Swanger.
Now hold it.
Luke Swanger, my friend, you're in the books.
He was past the line of scrimmage. That's not a legal touch.
No, it was after he threw it. It was bounced up in the air by Cornwall.
Yeah, I understand that, but he could be the first one to touch it, a lineman?
I believe so. He wasn't the first one. Cornwall was the first one to touch it, so I think that's okay.
I don't know what this. Wasn't there some screwy high school rule that Forest City used to call on all the time?
DeJean is going to run here on 3rd down, and DeJean is going to have the first down. Oh, now the ball goes out of bounds, but it's going to be OABCIG ball, and it's going to be at the 30-yard line. There's where DeJean's legs can help him, right?
Yeah, and so that's a situation compared to the first series where DeJean was trying to debate between running and throwing. Right that time he just made a decision, I'm tucking it up and I'm going, and he ripped off 12, 15 yards.
So after the gain of 14 to the 30, it'll be 1st and 10 Falcons, again at their own 30-yard line. With 4:32 to go in the first quarter, they trail 7-0 to Spirit Lake in Class 2A football. And we have 2 receivers stacked up to the right, single receiver to the left for DeJean, and he will hand off here. I believe this is Ladwig. Ladwig not going to get a whole lot. Looks like he saw the 31-yard line and no more.
Ham crushed him.
That looked like it hurt.
Crushed him. All those tackling drills you do, form tackles that you want to make it perfect, that's exactly what that was. It was like a form tackle in practice where Ham just laid the wood to him.
They do give him 2 to the 32-yard line, but that's a hard-fought 2 yards. Same formation here for the Falcons with 3 wide receivers. They're going to fake the handoff. DeJean now looking to avoid the defenders, going to be sacked, or I should say tackled for a loss inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. The defense has got the run game figured out, Clyde. Or I should say Doc. Sorry.
Thanks, Scott Nolte. Thanks, Tim Peterson.
I earned that today. I'm a creature of habit. What can I say? 3rd and 11 from the 29.
Well, Scott, this is a really important down for both teams.
4 receivers here on 3rd and 11 for OABCIG in their own territory. And here goes DeJean. He'll throw. It's going to be caught, but I think it might be short.
Oh, they gave him
I don't know.
They gave him a sweet spot on that.
They're going to give him, I think, maybe the 40-yard line. Will it be enough?
Yeah, that's a first down.
Gain Gain of 11 to the 40.
Ooh.
Now, and I didn't catch who was the receiver there. Winter Road?
I don't know, because we need to go to replay, because I think he was about a half yard short on that.
That was at least from our angle here at the 50-yard line, it was that way. The official says first down, Falcons
now,
at their own 40.
OABCIG's put together a couple of first downs. They've got away from the shadow of their end zone and out to their own 40. Once again, DeJean dropping back.
He's got a man, but he overshoots him. That time, intended receiver was Trayton Kolar. Incomplete.
And that's what they've done for so many years with this program down there. They just throw those 50-50 balls. So they had a lot of confidence. If you remember Easton Harms when he was the receiver, Dearson, Kolar, these guys have played a lot of ball, and they have confidence that they can make those catches.
2nd and 10, Falcons at their own 40 with 2:34 to go in this first quarter. 7-0 Spirit Lake. Well, he can't quite get people in motion there. Well, Ladwig was kind of going back and forth. Here's DeJean.
Oh, you have got to call holding.
Downfield. Intercepted by Spirit Lake's Will Graves at the 36-yard line. They don't care about the hold now.
But
I agree.
Goodness gracious, Voss came in off the edge, and the kid Dosey-doed him. What in the world? Dosey-doed him, Bob Miller.
Oh, man. So here we go. Spirit Lake takes back over, and they're going to mark it at their 39-yard line, leading 7-0 with 2:26 to go first quarter. What a entertaining first quarter it has been here at Hafer Field, as the Indians will send 2 receivers to the far side of the field. Lunt will start in the shotgun with, I believe, Bodie Higgins. Now sends Jake Cornwall in motion. Cornwall has a blocker out front, and Higgins, there goes Cornwall, cuts it back up the middle, first down and then some. He's to the 45, and that's where OABCIG's defense will catch up, and he'll be tackled at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, OABCIG, they were confused from the get-go. They were running guys on, running guys off. So Spirit Lake just did a sweep, and
penalty. Okay, well, back it all up.
Are they going to call holding? If they call holding, this crowd's going to go nuts.
That's how it looks. Totally.
It definitely looks like holding, especially after that last OABCIG offensive play.
Wow. Ball placed back at the Spirit Lake 26-yard line. So wave it off. Ouch. First down and 20. 2 receivers far side of the field. Lunn will hand off to Higgins. He'll work his way up the right side. He'll get 5, near 10 yards on that first down run. Looks like they're going to give him 8. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. So gain of 7.
Boy, there's still 2 minutes going this first quarter, but doesn't it seem like the score should be a lot worse than 7-0?
Well,
Spirit Lake's just been dominating.
I would agree. Falcons defense has come up with a couple of big plays. Here's 2nd down and 17. 3 receivers to the far side of the field for Spirit Lake. They'll hand off. I think that's Higgins again. They'll have the first down, or to the original line of scrimmage, I should say, to the original first down line to the 41. Gain of 8. So they're chipping away at it here. At least it's made it 3rd and manageable here. 3rd and 8 from the 41-yard line.
Well, more manageable than 3rd and 16, but you still got to wait.
Still a ways to go.
You got to figure you got even towards midfield. You got to figure you got 2 downs to get this.
So here we go. 2 receivers to the far side of the field, and they'll look to throw. And they'll air it out. They got a man, and they're going to overshoot him just a little bit. They were going for Caden Hassel. He was open, but just a little overshot there by Cade Lunt. I don't mind that call, though, right there.
Yep, and I don't mind that, and I don't mind this punt, because there's worse things in the world than having to punt, especially if you can pin them inside the.
Well, it's still a minute 20 here.
Oh, you got the wind. You're going to be booting it away from about your 30-yard line. get it over his head, let it roll down inside, their 10, get it down about the 7-8 yard line.
Caleb Ryder on to punt.
And then just beat him up on defense like they've been doing all night.
Here's the high snap. He will kick it away.
If he doesn't catch this thing's going to roll. And
he bounced off him. He does fall on top of it at the 17 or 18 yard line. That is luck for OABCIG.
But once again, they're back inside their own 20-yard line to start another drive into the wind. Flipping the field, JJ. Flipping the field, Scott Nolte.
I like it. Let's see what this Indians defense can do here in the final minute. I mean, we've seen OABCIG hasn't exactly been super aggressive, hasn't been able to run the ball out, so Spirit Lake could theoretically utilize this win to their advantage one more time defensively. OABCIG with 2 receivers to the far side of the field. They're stacked up. Another receiver to the left. DeJean 1st and 10 will hand it off here. That's probably some better running room for Kelton Ladwig, but not a lot.
JJ, I don't think he even gained a yard.
Oh, now we got a flag here late.
Oh,
What's
they're going to call on sportsmanlike on Spirit Lake.
So it was no gain on the play, but that's, I think you're right, just the way that the officials are pointing. So an unsportsmanlike.
So that's a free 15, and that's a get out of jail free card right there.
So the penalty will get the Falcons to the 33-yard line, their own 33-yard line, and a first down. All right. 1 minute to go. Clock is ticking here in the first quarter. Now the Falcons will say, we're not going to rush things too much here.
Well, they got first down.
First down from the 33.
If I'm OABCIG, I'm running this ball. Get out of this.
Get to the second quarter in the wind.
Yeah, get out of this first quarter.
3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. They are going to throw, and it's thrown way behind the intended receiver, Trayton Kolar. That is a miscommunication there.
Well, I think he was expecting Kolar to break that off, or certainly wasn't going to do a back shoulder fade.
No.
But I don't know what the OABCIG coaches are looking at, because you have single coverage here with Kolar, you have Voss coming. There's a lot of green there. Kolar beats this man to the inside, especially with Spear Lake playing outside leverage.
Send the man in motion here. That's Winter Road, and it'll be a handoff. Not a lot of running room for, again, Ladwig. Ladwig will be at the 37-yard line.
Okay, so this is third down. If you're Spear Lake, do you take a timeout?
Here.
If you're Spear Lake, do you take a timeout?
What's going on here? 3rd down and 5.
We got somebody a little dinged up. No, Spear Lake took timeout.
Spear Lake did take a timeout here. Okay, so they're at the 37-yard line.
And they're going to make them do this third down into the wind, just like I said, Chad Franzen.
27 seconds to go. Man, we're going through all the names tonight. You haven't said the one that I really wanted you to say yet, but that's all right. 27 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Back in 30 seconds, 30-second timeout. More high school football coming up on KUOO.
Down the highway to MHR Insurance and with the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional.
Football on KUOO and Explore Kaboji Live Video. Thanks to United Community Bank, the Hut Bar and Grill, and Consumers Lumber Company. 3rd down and 5 for the Falcons at their own 38.
Even if they convert this, what a smart play by Coach Beloit. Even if they convert this.
Oh, and they get him to jump. Oh, my. Man, is there a lot of strategy in this game or what?
Oh, OABCIG said, hold your water, boys. This is how we're going to play this.
So a free 5 yards for the Falcons, but it's not going to be enough for a first down, I don't think.
I don't think they get
It's a yard short.
So he's at the
Yeah, they got to get to almost the 40. They got to get to the 43.
Yeah,
they're at the 42.
What?
What now?
What?
What's going on here?
Oh, and OABC Coach Allen is not happy.
Oh, do we have a little taunting or something going on?
I think maybe What's he saying, that they drew him offside, like the center flinched? Or
Flinched.
What? Now we got the powwow.
Well, that gives us an opportunity to do some scores. On Q102, it's Unity Christian 21, Okoboji nothing after 1. And Jackson County Central leads Windham 21-0 on KKOJ in Minnesota. So
I don't know about that.
They're going to back him up to the 33. Now it's 3rd down and 10. 27 seconds to go in the quarter.
If it was 3rd down and 10, wouldn't that have been 3rd and 5? But they didn't mark it as a first down. Okay.
Well, they stopped before they could mark it as a first down, I think, because
I can't do that math in my head, Adam. I mean,
ball is at the 26 seconds left. Ball at the 33-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Here's DeJean. He's going to try to take off. Avoids one defender. Can he avoid 2? Yes, he's got a first down. There's what Beckett DeJean can do for you if you're Odebolt Arthur Battle Creek Ida Grove, as he gets to the 50-yard line and picks up about 17.
That tells you how good of an athlete DeJean is, as the spy had him dead to rights, and he outran the spy. The spy had the angle on him, and he outran him. And that, you don't see that. It's
just an athlete.
Defense. Oh, yeah.
Now we have 16 seconds to go in the quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 Falcons from the 50-yard line.
Old USC coach John McKay, you say mine are better than yours, and that was a situation where DeJean was better than ours.
So it'll be 4 receivers for the Falcons on 1st and 10. What a talented individual. And they will hand it off. And there's a big hole up the middle, and there goes Kelton Ladwig inside the 30 as he broke one. They finally got some running room there down to the 26-yard line.
Spirit Lake brought one of their backers on a blitz, and they just called a play where they ran right to that vacated hole.
So with that, clock stops, 8 seconds to go. They are going to go to the quarter here. Gain of 26 actually puts Ladwig into positive running room. He was in the negative category before that. 7-0 Spirit Lake.
That 3rd and 10 conversion with DeJean just being an athlete just changed the momentum right here at the end of the quarter.
End of quarter 1, 7-0 Spirit Lake. Back in a minute on KUOO.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we invest in economic development, safety, youth, and charitable programs. We are committed to the communities we serve.
Powering communities, improving lives at your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Pub 19 is open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. with limited seating. Dine in or carry out every Friday night. You can enjoy the in-house smoked prime rib. Pub 19 at Okoboji View Golf Course on Highway 86 in Spirit Lake. And check out their new menu items at pub19barngrill.com.
At Okoboji Motor Company, we understand your vehicle represents a significant investment, and nobody knows your vehicle better than our certified experts, who bring on average 30 years experience in providing expert GM and Toyota service. We have the latest, most advanced equipment specifically designed for your vehicles. Express Lube and service hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 336-1500 to service your vehicle.
Okoboji Motor Company, driven to serve better, driven to serve better.
The second quarter was Spirit Lake leading Odebolt Arthur Battle Creek Ida Grove 7-0. Class 2A District 2 football tonight on KUOO and Explore Okoboji live video with Dr. Ryan Rolk. I'm Jason Jacobs. And OABCIG 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. And they'll just delay things here, but there's not a lot of running room there for the Falcons quarterback, Beckett DeJean.
Boy, I am surprised that the refs let that thing go, because number 76, Luke Swanger, he was leaning back in his stance because he had to pull, and he got a fast start there. But that's just me. You got to play by the rules. You got to play by the rules, Chuck Harmer. If you don't play by the rules, Chuck Harmer, what happens? Anarchy.
DeJean loses 2 back to the 28-yard line, 2nd and 12. I think you've gotten through all of them now. People at home might not have any clue what we're talking about. That's okay. Here's 2nd and long. DeJean's going to try to get away, but he won't this time around.
Wow.
Who was that? That is number 4, Bodie Higgins.
Higgins came from that inside linebacker and grabbed that jersey and hung on, dog on a bone. Great play, because if DeJean gets out of that, there's a lot of green.
He doesn't actually lose any yardage. They'll mark him back at the 28, but it's going to be 3rd and long here for the Falcons. 3rd down and 14 from their own 28-yard line, trailing 7-0 early second quarter. 3 receivers for DeJean. Now he's going to try to take off, and he ain't going to get anywhere. He's going to be sacked, or tackled for a loss, I should say, back behind the 40-yard line. Where does the forward progress give him?
Was that Higgins again? I can't see.
It was.
Yeah, that was. You could see that was just, he was spying delayed blitz, and they only rushed 3, and he did 1,000, 2 1,000, and he just came flying in there. Great play.
Loss of 6 for DeJean.
Coach Beloit knows how to coach defense, if you're wondering.
Yeah. This is going to be a chess match tonight.
Yeah, this game is living up to the hype so far.
4th down and long. 4th and 20 here for the Falcons. They're going to go for it.
I don't know about this.
Well, they got the wind to their back. Here's DeJean to the far side of the field. Throws. He's got a man. It's caught. He's going to be tackled short of that first down, though. The receiver was Gabe Winterroad, number 10. He'll be marked at the 23-yard line. Let's see, 23-yard line.
They probably figured they're going to punt it into the end zone with this win, so give it a shot. They gave up 5 yards.
Well, he actually got 11, believe it or not, down to the. But Winterroad's up to 22 yards, but still, it's a turnover on downs. So with the turnover on downs, Spirit Lake back onto the field here, up 7-0. Ball at their own 28-yard line, 9:51 to go in the first half. And the Indians are going to hand off, and that's Higgins, crosses the 25.
I thought that ball came out, did a great job of hanging on to it.
Down at the 24-yard line there to start that drive. So,
game about 3.
2nd and 7 coming up.
Let's see how this affects Indians' offense now going into this wind at, 18 miles an hour or whatever it is.
It's at least, I'd say, 20 a lot of times. They're going to do that little pitch play. Oh, and it's fumbled away, and incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
So who are they trying to that time? I think they went to Alger that time around.
No,
and we got an injured Falcon here.
It was Voss again coming around. And
okay.
That time, OABCIG did a better job of clogging that up.
Well, that hasn't worked a whole lot tonight. And then the injured Falcons player is Bodie Hansen. He gets up, but he's going to have to go to the sideline here, and they're going to send in Cale Ladwig for him.
He's their only sophomore who plays. They're going to bring in a Ladwig who's a senior.
So here we go. 3rd and 7. Indians at their own 26-yard line going into the wind here in the first half, up 7-0. 9:18 to go until halftime. 4 receivers for Cade Lunt. Has a man in motion. He will look to throw, tosses it out, complete to who else? Tyler Voss breaks the tackle to the 40-45 near midfield when he's finally actually beyond midfield when they finally tackle him at the Spirit Lake, or check that, Falcons 46-yard line.
Boy, Lunt put some juice on that one. Didn't have to worry about touch. He just planted his feet and ripped it. Wonderful throw.
Voss, a gain of 27. He's at 53 yards receiving so far, and it's an Indians first down at the 46. And here's Higgins up the left side, drags the defender down to the 40, and give him a gain of 6.
Hey, we got listeners in Chicago, JJ.
Oh, we do?
Absolutely.
Did he hear the shout out though? Earlier, when you were naming all the names, he didn't.
No, it's not Adam Amin. It's Uncle Rick.
Oh, 2nd down.
Uncle Rick missing being on the sideline crew.
Here we go. And they're going to hand off. And that's Higgins. 35, stays on his feet, 30, first down, and then some for the Indians at the 27.
Well, any momentum that OABCIG had at the end of the first quarter, it's been flipped back to Spirit Lake. That huge 3rd down conversion, and right now the offensive line is just flexing their muscles.
Higgins with 49 yards on the ground so far in this first half. 1st and 10, Spirit Lake at the Falcons' 29-yard line.
We got them all over. We got them in Chicago. We got them in southern Iowa.
This is the matchup in 2A tonight.
At the hunting cabin. Must be bow season coming up or something, huh?
3 receivers right side. They're going to hand things off again. Why not? Higgins, though, this time around swallowed up pretty quickly.
The front line of OABCIG did a better job that time of changing the line of scrimmage.
But Higgins still does get down to the, 27,
28
yard line?
220, 221, whatever
he got
it takes.
2 yards on that. We'll say to the 27. It'll be 2nd down and 8. They'll get the man in motion here. That's Voss. And they'll look to throw, and it'll be caught by Voss. Voss inside the 25. I think he maybe saw the 24-yard line with forward progress. Another 3-yard pickup.
Once again, they like to flood the zone, high, low, and intermediate. That time Lunt picked the low receiver. DeJean made the play. Thought they might have thrown a little extracurricular, but we were close to getting 15. DeJean gave him a nice little shove out of bounds.
Well, it is a tackle football game, I guess, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know, but that's dangerous.
Did you see his brother against Iowa State?
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. JJ.
Here we go. 3rd down. Higgins gets the carry up the middle. 1st down. Look at that hole, Dr. Rolk. Down to the 13-yard line.
You know what? Great hole, but I'm more impressed with Higgins when he reaches contact. He's low man wins. Wade drops that shoulder and goes through the first guy. Took 2 more to bring him down. Hard running. This kid's a sophomore. Goodness gracious.
1st and 10 Indians at the Falcons. Where are they at? The 13-yard line. They can get a 1st down at the 3 here yet. There are 4 receivers for Cade Lunt, the quarterback, in the shotgun with Higgins. And he will toss. And how did he catch that? I believe it is caught. Nice catch by Jake Wallin. Jake down to the 7-yard line.
I'll talk here a little bit, JJ. I'm too busy texting people.
Sure, you're too busy being a star again. You get 1 taste. What was that? A gain of 7 there for Wallin. He's down to the 7. And they're going to hand things off here to Higgins. Higgins, 5, end zone. Yes, that's the touchdown.
You know, that's coaching by Spirit Lake. They went unbalanced to the right side, the short side of the field. And OABCIG didn't shift over. They were just outmanned. And Higgins, he had nobody even, once again, until he got to the goal line. That's simply coaching. They saw on film, changing formation. They just made OABCIG think out there stuff they hadn't had to do because, like we talked about, the competition hasn't been that great so far this year.
No, 2 touchdowns so far for Higgins. And here's Spirit Lake. You know what I like, Doc? Into the wind on the ground, right? Keep the ball on the ground into the wind. Obviously, they can run the football, but that's how you do it. Here comes the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is on the way, and it is good. 14-0, Spirit Lake leads Odebolt, Arthur, Battle Creek, Ida Grove. 6:04 to go until halftime. Back in a minute, KUOO.
Craig Newell and his staff with Newell Orthodontics of Spirit Lake, Worthington, and Wyndham are well-trained, highly skilled, and licensed to provide the best quality orthodontic care. Newell Orthodontics is proud to help the community and wishes the best of luck to all local athletes throughout the season.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames in the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Spirit Lake student-athletes have a long history of success on and off the field. Spirit Lake Community Schools is honored once again this year to recognize their dedication and cheer them on as they continue to make us proud with their accomplishments and character.
Halftime. You act like I have a life that I see.
You never saw Mr. Mom?
Yeah, like 20 years ago.
Oh, it's famous quote though, you know.
6:04 and
Uncle
it's 14-0 Spirit Lake. Well, I'm glad somebody did. All right, Justin Ham to kick off for the Indians after that 7-yard touchdown run by Bodie Higgins, and what an impressive drive that was by Spirit Lake into the wind. Now they'll kick into the wind.
Oh my goodness!
But see how well Ham can kick the football, Doc? He's at the 7. They're gonna fake a little handoff. And now they got a little opening here for Josh Peters. and he will be tackled at about the 35-yard line.
I don't know who the wide side is for OABCIG on that return. I didn't catch his number, but thumbs up and way to go to that kid. He did a great job because he was ready to clip the Spirit Lake defender, and he held off and just got in the way, kind of stock blocked him instead.
Yeah, that whenever the ball misdirects on a kickoff, it's like a penalty heaven.
But Ham, holy moly, what a leg. He pounded that.
Kid can kick the football. Here is the first down play, and there is going to be no running room for Kelton Ladwig. How many times have I said that tonight is he's going to lose 3 yards on first down?
Yeah, that's...
The running game ain't there for the Falcons right now.
Once again, Pullman just stuffing everything up. Filled the hole, made the tackle. Nice job, Pullman.
They've got, between DeJean and Ladwig, a total of 43 yards on the ground, and it'll be, well, they're kind of giving them an extra yard there. They're giving them, what, the 36, 31? No.
JJ, he lost a yard.
He lost 3 yards, I thought, but here we go. Second down and long. DeJean, he's going to toss out. Does have Ladwig. Gets caught. 35, nearing the 40. He has the 40 and 41-yard line. Well, that was a nice play there. Gain of 11.
Snuck him out of the backfield, a little flare, and nobody went with him. But they still got 3rd and 2. And you got to figure, even at this end of the field, that OABCIG is going to have 2 downs to try to make this.
Well, I don't know how much farther they're down 2 touchdowns.
Well, like we were talking about, this thing feels like if they don't get something going here, it
could be a problem.
Turn into a woodshed game.
All right, 3rd and 2. Nothing there for Ladwig. In fact, I think Ladwig lost a yard.
Yeah, that thing had no chance. Once again, you just wonder if that's a true zone read, because if it was, I don't know what DeJean is reading, because he should have pulled that, because there's nobody home on this side, and they're going to give it up. They're going to punt.
Well, it's this deep in their own territory. Even with the wind, Spirit Lake showed that they can move the ball into the wind, so you got to at least play the field position battle when you can.
Boy, this defense is just playing lights out.
DeJean will punt for the Falcons, and it'll be Higgins back to receive. That's a high punt. What are we going to say? And the Falcons will down it at the 30-yard line. I didn't even get a chance to get it out. So Spirit Lake will get the ball.
He didn't get it out because there was nobody within 20 yards
of
it.
No, there wasn't. I was hoping there would be. It went farther than, thanks to the wind, than it probably would have.
And I would have beat you to it. I would have said poison, poison, poison.
1st and 10, Spirit Lake up 14-0, 3:52 in this first half. And they're going to spot it at the 31. Matthew on Explore Kaboji Live Video. Michael doing the radio tonight. We appreciate them both. And you for listening at home or wherever you may be. 4 receivers for the Indians. Man in motion. They're going to hand off. A little sweep end-around play here. I think that's Higgins. Higgins to the 45, to the 50. Almost broken. That was a good touchdown-saving tackle by DeJean at the 48.
That was DeJean hanging on for dear life, and Higgins drug him 5 more yards, because if he breaks that grip, it's see you later.
Put 18 more yards on there for Higgins. He's at 86 on the night already in the first half. 1st and 10 Indians at their own 49. 3:31 until halftime. They'll fake a handoff. Now Lunt will toss downfield. Has Hassel at the 46. Hassel inside the 40.
Hey, JJ, add 15 to it, because Lunt got lit up after you let go.
And there's a penalty there.
But, hey, this is a sophomore quarterback who's running a boot, a right-handed quarterback running a boot to the left side, thrown across his body, and threw a dart. Nice job, Mr. Lunt.
So the ball is at the 35. So give 14 yards there to Hassel receiving, and to Lunt, of course. And that's going to be roughing the passer on the Falcons. So that'll just add a few more yards on and make it feel even worse if you're a OABCIG fan. And now the ball down to the 20-yard line. So Spirit Lake in the red zone again with 3:20 to go until halftime. Up 14-0. Our broadcast tonight, thanks to great sponsors like Northwest Bank, Okoboji Motor Company, Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, and your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee. Thank you, sponsors. And here's Spirit Lake on 1st and 10 from the Falcons' 20-yard line. Man in motion. That is going to be Teesfeld. Teesfeld around the left side. He looks for the 15-yard line. He'll be knocked out of bounds a yard shy of that at the 16. So they give Higgins a little breather there. And he'll be marked, well, check that 17-yard line. Gain of 3 for Braden
I don't think he's going to get
Teesfeld.
much. I don't think he's going to get much more of a breather this half.
I agree with you. Now what do we got here? We got holding on Spirit Lake. Wave that off. So where is that going to put the ball at here? Well, the flags giveth and they taketh. It'll put Spirit Lake back at the 30.
Let's watch the formation, see if they try to get Voss singled up again.
So it'll be now 1st down and 20 from the 30-yard line. And into the wind, that now becomes a little bit more of an issue. And they've got Hassel far side of the field, single receiver to the left as well for Lunt. Now Hassel's in motion. Lunt will roll to the right, goes downfield. Oh, and it's almost intercepted. See, OABCIG was ready for that over-the-middle intended pass there. They were going to Teesfeld. Good defense that time around by Bodie Hansen.
Yeah, I know it's easy to see up here, but boy, he had Alger coming across on a post. Yeah. Alger had 3 steps on his guy, but
well, and that's something that at halftime coach will say, hey, we're going to play that again.
The coaches up in the box are pulling their hair out right now.
Yep. So here's 2nd down and 20. And they'll hand it off. And is that Higgins?
That's Higgins.
And Higgins down to the 21-yard line, so he'll get 9 of it back.
So you got 3rd and 10. Same type of counter tray action where you pull the offside tackle and guard, and you let Higgins does a little fake jab step the opposite way and follows them around. They seal the edge.
So 3rd and 11.
Well schemed, well executed.
Clock ticking, 2:20 to go here in the first half. I mean, 4 down territory, obviously.
Well, I don't know.
Not into the wind. Not into the wind, I don't think.
Yeah, I suppose. Of course, he crushed that kickoff.
He crushed it. 4 receivers here. Let's see what happens on 3rd down and 11. I think what happens here may be a big decider for how Spirit Lake handles this. He'll go to Higgins, and OABCIG was ready for it, and I believe it was Byron Godberson, I want to say, was the guy I saw out there, 7. Maybe it was actually 74.
Yeah, the next time they run that, you're going to see Lunt pull it, and he's going to hit Ham on that slant because he was running free and clear.
So it's a loss of a yard for Spirit Lake back to the 22. And I don't know, that's the first time Higgins has lost a yard tonight. So that's been a good evening there for the Spirit Lake offensive line. They lead 14-0 over OABCIG. It's going to be 4th and 12 from the 22-yard line. The Falcons have taken a timeout. Gives me an opportunity to give you a few first quarter scores. Hartley Melvin Sanborn 22, Alta Aurelia 8. Central Lyon George Little Rock 36, Cherokee 0. Central Lyon George Little Rock they are just amazing right now.
Yeah, I understand, but
man.
But you also got was that the first quarter, second quarter?
That's the first quarter score.
Yeah, but you got
Cherokee's
kind of got their dauber down a little bit right now.
Yep.
They're not.
Sergeant Bluff Luton leads.
But Central Lyon is loaded.
Oh, they are. Sergeant Bluff Luton 14, Sioux Center 0, Emmetsburg 14, Sibley Ochee nothing. That's on Y100. Okoboji after the first quarter trailed Unity 21-0. It was MMCRU 7, South O'Brien 6, Sioux City Heelan 7, MOC Floyd Valley ranked MOC team 0, and it was West Lyon 7, Sheldon 0 after the first quarter. Western leads West Sioux 7-0, ranked matchup in the 1As.
All right, watch Voss.
Right, here we go. 4th down and 12.
Watch Voss at the bottom of the formation.
Voss is down at the bottom, and so is Caden Hassel.
Yeah, I'm betting they're going to bring Hassel in motion to the top of the formation, and they're going to have Voss singled up.
1:35 to go first half. 14-0 Spirit Lake. Looking for more.
Did you see what OABCIG done? They put DeJean man on Voss.
Well, why not? I mean, it's a chess match, Doc.
Yeah.
So, taking our sweet time here to wind the clock here. Okay, they need to rewind the clock or something there. So now a minute 38. They wanted to put 3 seconds on it. Okay, now we know. So here we go. 4th down and 12 from the 22.
There goes Hassel in motion.
And they're going to go the other way. They've got a man, and Teesfeld gets it broken up at the goal line. Pretty good defense down there by Gabe Winterroad. So that'll be a turnover on downs for Spirit Lake with less than 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Minute 32 to be exact.
I like Voss. He looks over the sideline and says, I had it. Trust me. Trust me, coach.
So OABCIG will take over at their own 22. Trailing 14-0.
By the
way,
do
have the wind at their back.
That Higgins is a good football player. That Voss is a good football player.
Yeah, I would agree. 3 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Beckett DeJean is by himself in the shotgun, and he will throw. Now he's going to try to get away from the defenders. He'll toss it out. That's going to be a low throw. Wanted to find Trayton Kolar. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, Kolar had a lot of green there, but DeJean's running for his life and threw a worm burner.
Our broadcast thanks to State Farm Insurance agent Scott Troutman, Bank Midwest, the Eye Care Center, and Snapper's Turtle Bay Cafe. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 22 for the Falcons of Odable Arthur Battle Creek Otta Grove. They'll have 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. DeJean in the shotgun with Ladwig. He'll try to just take off himself, avoids 1 tackler, can't avoid a 2nd one, though. Pretty good defense there by Spirit Lake's Caleb Lee.
Yeah, that 35 defense, the inside linebackers are just delaying a count, and then they're just coming, and the 3 defensive linemen are occupying the blockers, and they're taking away every alley for DeJean.
A loss of a yard to the 21.
Tremendous scheme, tremendous execution by Coach Beloit's defense.
3rd and 11. Falcons with 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Under a minute to go first half. They trail Spirit Lake 14-0, and DeJean will roll to his right. Now he gets away from that. Should be a hold. They're going to throw it downfield. It's almost intercepted and then almost caught again. It went off the hands of Josh Peters. And now we got a whistle here.
Keith Lee and Higgins on the inside are just creating all sorts of havoc for OABCIG's offense.
It is a hold. Face mask, excuse me.
There you go, JJ.
Well, I knew it was something. I saw a guy get held up like that. They're going to decline it. That's a smart decision. 4th and 11. The Falcons are definitely going to punt here. Well, you give your offense 44 seconds. You see what happens here on the punt.
You know what? Punt block. Even if you give them a first down.
Go for the home run, right?
Yeah, who cares?
All right, DeJean, of course, is the man set to punt here. Back to receive is Higgins. Ooh, that's a bad snap. DeJean will get it off. And everybody yells, Peter, get away from it. Oh, it does take a big Falcons bounce, though,
JJ,
at the 30.
There wasn't one person who yelled Peter. Now, a couple guys were yelling poison.
30 seconds to go here in the first half. Indians get the ball back up by 2 scores.
Yeah, OABCIG, they just have appeared out of sync from the start, from the get-go, and that's all due to not OABCIG not executing it. Spirit Lake just causing confusion.
Defensively, they're just playing lights out right now.
Well, we talked about winning the line of scrimmage right at the start. Spirit Lake has won the line of scrimmage, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, they've been running the ball well on offense as well. You've got 94 yards for Higgins in the first half, 3 for Cornwall, so 97 yards in the ground and a half. They'll take that. And here's 1st and 10, and they will just hand off here to Higgins. And he will go up the left or right side. Picks up 6 to the 36-yard line. I would say that's probably going to do it.
Yeah, they're gonna pack it in, JJ.
Higgins will finish the first half with 100 yards on the ground unofficially. And Spirit Lake leads number 2 OABCIG 14-0. Our halftime show is on the way. It's coming your way here in about 3 minutes. It's brought to you by Okoboji Motor Company, driven to serve better. And what we will do here at halftime, for those of you, because we know those of you on the video stream will want to watch the Force Marching Band, we will go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back. Video stream viewers will see the Force Marching Band. And, Michael, we will go to the halftime report with Scott Nolte in 3 minutes on KUOO and Explore Kaboji Live Video. Indians lead 14-0.
Okaboji Motor Company, we understand your vehicle represents a significant investment, and nobody knows your vehicle better than our certified experts, who bring on average 30 years experience in providing expert GM and Toyota service. We have the latest, most advanced equipment specifically designed for your vehicles. Express Lube and service hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 336-1500 to service your vehicle.
Okaboji Motor Company. Driven to serve better. Driven to serve better.
Your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is making lives easier, healthier, and happier. Check out Hy-Vee.com and find meal solutions, recipes, your weekly ad, and the latest edition of Seasons. Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is a proud supporter of all students, wishing them a good year academically and athletically.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we invest in economic development, safety, youth, and charitable programs. We are committed to the communities we serve.
Powering communities, improving lives at your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm in Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
What does it mean to be on a team? It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest. Member FDIC.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
Hey sports fans, the Venue and Sportsman's is where you want to watch your favorite teams. You can also book your birthday parties, company parties, tea times, or hunting on a simulator. Book online at VenueOkaboji.com. Open daily next to Sportsman's in Spirit Lake.
And happier. Check out Hy-Vee.com and find meal solutions, recipes, your weekly ad, and the latest edition of Seasons. Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is a proud supporter of all students, wishing them a good year academically and athletically.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
Enjoy a taste of the islands at Snapper's Turtle Bay Cafe at Parks Marina. We're open daily at 11 with delicious island-style entrees and daily specials that include a local favorite island tacos, a close second to the lobster mac and cheese, or maybe you prefer the Boathouse burger, seared ahi tuna salad, or Cuban sliders. Join us at Snapper's, open daily at 11 for lunch and dinner all year long.
Scott Nolte. 14-0, Spirit Lake leading OABCIG here at halftime. Number 5 leading number 2. Great matchup here tonight, Dr. Rolk, in the first half. Give me your thoughts before we go to stats.
My thoughts are this first half reminds me, both of us, JJ, we were talking earlier, we were both watching the Yankees game last night, waiting for Aaron Judge to hit that home run with bated breath on every word of the announcer was describing the action. And it just kind of seemed like the moment was just too big for him. The pressure was just too, I think right now, this first half, the moment was just too big for this OABCIG team. They didn't know what they were getting into.
They haven't faced anybody yet.
Correct.
That's the thing. I mean,
correct.
And I'm not saying that Spirit Lake's had like murderer's row for a schedule, but they've played 2 ranked teams in the first 4 weeks. And Pokey, I believe, was actually ranked last week. Now, Pocahontas didn't necessarily have the greatest schedule either going into last week's game. However, again, they were undefeated. And this is fun for those of you watching on video. We got to catch this. This is the Spirit Lake State Championship football game from 2012, celebrating 10 years here tonight. How about that?
What a decade of dominance, JJ.
They got it going. Let's listen to Roland, the PA.
To the 2012 State Championship football team, thank you for all that you did to continue to support Indian football. The 2012 State Championship football team.
What's kind of cool about that is that you see a lot of kids out there, or players who are now coaches for this Spirit Lake team, which is kind of cool. I love that. So,
but this first half is just, they kicked off, and right from the beginning it was just banga. Spirit Lake was just doing everything. So.
Yeah, it's been very good. All right, let's recap the first half. Let's start with how it kind of happened. Spirit Lake, well, actually, OABCIG got the football first. They went 3 and out. In fact, they go 3 and out or have an interception on their first 4 drives of the night, actually. So it was not exactly good. Spirit Lake on their first possession turns it over as they get to the Falcons' 34-yard line or 37-yard line on downs. After they get the ball back, this time around at the 47 of their own 47-yard line, they go 53 yards. It was a 7-yard touchdown run by Bodie Higgins to make it 7-0 Spirit Lake, 8:23 to go first quarter. Drew Alger gets an interception. Spirit Lake gets down to the 16 of the Falcons, but turns it over on downs again. Falcons defense did play well, especially in that first half, I thought, given some of the situations they were put into. The next possession for the Falcons, it's an interception for Will Graves at the Spirit Lake 36-yard line. After the Falcons had got a little bit of a drive going, Spirit Lake would end up having to punt on the ensuing possession. First quarter ends 7-0 Spirit Lake. Into the second quarter, the Falcons get down to the Indians' 23-yard line. They turn it over on downs. Couldn't get it into the end zone. Spirit Lake responds into the wind. They go from their own 24-yard line. Higgins caps off the 9-play drive with a 7-yard touchdown run, and it's 14-0 after the extra point, Spirit Lake, and that's where we sit at halftime.
Those drive sheets, whoever's keeping those is doing one heck of a job.
He's the stats man tonight is doing double duty, but I'm getting really good at it. Tell Clyde you better be careful. He'll be out of a job here before too long. Kidding, Clyde. I know you're listening out in wherever you are on vacation, but no. I'm doing all right. We've only been through a half. Don't talk me up too much. All right, let's talk about some statistics. I do have a few of those for you this evening as well. Let's start with Spirit Lake. On the ground, 103 yards, 100 of them on 14 carries for Bodie Higgins. That's pretty solid. And also 3 yards for Jake Cornwall on the ground. Through the air, 122 yards. They really spread that out, though, through the air. Let's see. Will Graves has 7 yards through the air off of a pass. Ham caught a pass for 6 yards. Voss, 5 catches for 61 yards. Hassel, a catch for 14. Alger, a catch for 12. And also Jake Cornwall, a catch for 18 yards. So, I mean, they're all going for double digits.
Yeah, and everything, when you look at these two offenses in the first half, as our buddy Mark Schlereth likes to say, it takes a long time to land the plane for OABCIG. Everything just kind of seems slow. They just seem a step slower, takes a little bit longer. Spirit Lake's just much quicker, executing just much better.
And then OABCIG, first half rushing 41 yards, Doc, passing 33 yards is all. In fact, only 3 completions in the first half for Beckett DeJean. So they haven't been able to get the pass going, but I think more importantly, they've managed to keep DeJean at bay. He's only got the 7 carries for 20 yards, and it's more carries for negative yardage than positive yardage.
Yeah, he had that one big, he had early in the first quarter, he had a third down conversion. Then he had that one big third down conversion, got him across midfield. Otherwise, it's been a rough go for Beckett DeJean.
Spirit Lake's going to have the football to start this third quarter. They are up 14-0 on Odebolt Arthur, Battle Creek, Ida Grove with Dr. Ryan Rolk. I'm Jason Jacobs. Thanks to Matthew Grisham handling Explore Kaboji Live Video, and Michael Petska back at Mission Control at KUOO.
And KUO. Spirit Lake's going to have the wind in the fourth, so if OABCIG is going to make any hay, they better do it this third quarter.
And Spirit Lake gets the ball at the 12-yard line, and I believe that's Higgins. And there goes Bodie, and he's all the way up to the 42-yard line on the kickoff return to start the second half. That's how you start things off into the wind.
Absolutely.
So they'll mark it at the 41, actually, and 8 seconds off the clock to start this second half. So here comes that Spirit Lake offense onto the field. I want to say thanks again to Okoboji Motor Company, driven to serve better, sponsoring the halftime show. And we're still looking for our first McKean's Pub and Grill sack when Spirit Lake gets on defense. We'll talk more about that after this next play. 2 receivers to the right. They'll hand off to Higgins here on first down, and the Falcons have this sniffed out on first down. That was a pretty good job, as he will gain nothing on 1st and 10. So ball spotted right back at the 41-yard line. And it will be 2nd down and 10 from the 41. 2 receivers right for the Indians. Under center is Lunt. Hands off Higgins, and kind of a delayed handoff, and OABCIG had a man there ready to make the play. It was number 34, Bodie Hansen, after Higgins gets 1.
Spirit Lake kind of being conservative here to start this second half.
So a gain of 1, and it'll
third
be 3rd and 9.
Long.
Yeah.
3rd and 9. What are you going to dial up here, JJ?
Well, I think you gotta take it through the air here, but the wind is, I don't think it's maybe quite as strong as it was in the first half. It's still pretty solid there at 15 to 20 out of the straight south. And they will throw. Lots of time. He'll just throw a little pass out to the flat, and there's not really anywhere to go there. I think that was Higgins.
Higgins was the check down. Lunt went through his options.
He actually lost a yard.
Just checked down to Higgins. And
well, are they going to just mark?
No
looks
gain.
like he lost. Yeah, no gain. All right.
Give him no gain.
Not very well. No, he lost a yard because it's back at the 41. He was up to the 42. That's something you don't see very often. Here comes the punt for Spirit Lake. It'll be Caleb Ryder. And here comes the kick. Kind of a low line drive punt, but it takes a Spirit Lake bounce inside the 30 to the 23.5 yard line. And that's where the Falcons offense will take over. So at least for Spirit Lake, you push them fairly deep in their own territory here to start this first drive of the second half.
I just don't know what OABCIG came up with at halftime, because I just don't see where they can come up with anything that's going to threaten Spirit Lake right now because unless they figure some way to get DeJean.
Well, I was going to say DeJean is the one who is going to make it happen, right?
But nobody else right now, especially with Dearson not playing, nobody else is really threatening them.
Score update from Milford. Okoboji trailing Unity Christian 28-6 at halftime. That's on Q102. Here's a little end-around play for number 10, Gabe Winterroad on first down. Winterroad past the 25. Looks like they're going to give him the 27-yard line and a gain of 4. And that's the first time we've seen Winterroad carry the ball tonight. So it'll be second down and 6 after the 4-yard gain. 2 receivers to the far side of the field for Beckett DeJean in the shotgun. And he'll look to throw. Heavy pressure. Are we going to get our first sack? Was it a run or was he going to throw? I think he tucked it.
It looked to me like it was they're trying to run that quarterback draw, but that's not going to work with your.
No. And he's back at the 23-yard line, loss of 4. So he lost what they gained on first down.
The Spirit Lake defensive front is just changing the line of scrimmage right from the word go.
Yeah, it's
been like that from the very first play of this game.
When we get a Spirit Lake sack, it'll be a McKean's Pub and Grill sack attack. Sign up for a free cheeseburger basket on the homepage of exploreokoboji.com. It's one of the scrolling banners. Just click on that. Sign up one time. You could win. And here's DeJean. He'll roll to his right now. He'll throw it downfield, and that's going to be bouncing off the turf, incomplete. And it will be fourth down coming up for the Falcons. 4th and 10. They'll have to punt at their own 23-yard line.
They've made it really simple for Higgins at inside linebacker. You just blanket DeJean.
Yeah. And you got to have somebody on him at all times. And why not use the quickest guy on the field, right? So 4th and 10.
Simple game, JJ. Simple game.
Sometimes. DeJean, I believe it's him to punt there. No, maybe it was a different character. That is DeJean.
That's DeJean.
To the 36-35. Here comes Bodie Higgins. Gets tripped up. Falls forward at the 40-yard line.
DeJean, French for the pants. Matthew liked that one.
All right, 8:25 to go, third quarter. 14-0 Spirit Lake. And the Indians get the ball back now at their own 45-yard line. Good field position, Dr. Rolk. Let's see what they do here.
Matthew and I are telling jokes. Just relax.
That's good. 1st and 10 from the 45. A man in motion is Teesfeld. Lunt under center. Trips up, does get it off to, I think it's Higgins. He just stays on his feet, crosses midfield, and is brought down at the 48.
Unbelievable balance.
And that's actually not Higgins that time around. I think that was Jake Cornwall. Yes, it was.
Unbelievable balance that time by Cornwall, and he kept falling forward. They always talk about running backs falling forward. That's exactly what he did there.
7-yard gain for Cornwall. It'll be 2nd and 3. And they'll go to Cornwall again. He'll try to avoid a defender up the left side. Not going to be able to do that. Pretty good defense there by the Falcons. It'll be no gain. And 3rd down coming up. Well, I'd say the Falcons, they've slowed the run down here early in the 3rd quarter, Doc. I mean, I think they're expecting it with Spirit Lake going into the wind.
Going into the wind, it just kind of looks like, Spirit Lake's running that play clock down. They're not in a real hurry.
Well, I think they're figuring up 2 touchdowns, right?
They're taking some air out of the ball right now. Snap this thing under 10 seconds. Burn some clock.
3rd and 3 from the Falcons' 48-yard line. Indians sent a man in motion. They're going to hand off to, who is this? That's Teesfeld. There goes Braden. Braden gets loose to the 35, to the 20. It cuts it back up towards the middle, to the 10, to the 5. Does he get it? He's turning behind himself. He runs into the end zone for a touchdown. He keeps looking behind himself. Is he going to catch me? Is he going to catch me? No.
JJ, they're going to call this thing back. He threw a flag. They're going to call taunting.
Really?
They threw a flag. Is he going to call taunting?
Oh, wow. As it stands, 48-yard touchdown run for Braden Teesfeld. Oh, my. 20-0 right now. Now they're going to chat it over with head coach Larry Allen of the Falcons. And I think that's, Beloit, who's out there near the 20-yard line now. He wants an explanation, understandably so. Well, let's just see what they say here. Now they're chatting again. Unsportsmanlike against Spirit Lake.
Oh,
they're going to count the touchdown, though.
Interesting.
Okay. I don't know how that all works, but
wow. I thought they'd call it back.
So Braden Teesfeld, 48-yard touchdown run with 6:58 to go here in the first half. They'll kick the extra point. Will that be on the kickoff then, I assume that will be assessed?
I don't know.
So I'm guessing,
we still got a powwow going on, JJ.
All right. Ham's out there for an extra point.
Now we're going to have another conference with Coach Allen.
He wants to confirm what the heck's going on here. Our broadcast tonight, thanks to great sponsors like Drip Okoboji, Okoboji Realty, Steamway Cleaning, McKean's Pub and Grill, and Dr. Craig Newell. 20-0 Spirit Lake pending the extra point, and whatever the officials decide. They're going to let him kick the extra point, it looks like.
That seems odd to me in high school that they wouldn't, spot foul and at the 3-yard line. And
yeah, I don't know.
But right now, Spirit
Or
Lake,
perhaps it came at the end of the play. I don't know. No? Okay.
What do you think, Matthew?
We'll have to go back and watch later. Either way, Indians have scored here, and an extra point is on the way, and looks pretty good to me. Officials agree as it goes to the track back there.
Pounds it to the track against this wind.
21-0, Spirit Lake in firm control on Odable Arthur, Battle Creek, Otter Grove. Back in a minute, KUOO.
Your best inside and out with Drip Okoboji. IV hydration can help you with energy, athletic recovery, hydration, weight loss, in addition to cold and flu symptoms, food poisoning, and gout relief. Reboot, recover, and repair with Drip Okoboji. Visit us online to schedule at dripokoboji.com.
Hey sports fans, the Venue and Sportsman's is where you want to watch your favorite teams. You can also book your birthday parties, company parties, tea times, or hunting on a simulator. Book online at venueokoboji.com. Open daily next to Sportsman's in Spirit Lake.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome you back to Hafer Field in Spirit Lake. With 6:58 to go in the third quarter, Spirit Lake now leading 21-0 after they assess that penalty on the kickoff here. Spirit Lake will kick off from their own 25-yard line. It'll be Justin Ham to kick off. Indians with a 48-yard touchdown run from Braden Teesfeld. And there's the kickoff. And it'll be fielded at the 23-yard line. Now they will hand off. Now they fumble it! They fumble it! Does Spirit Lake get on it? No. I don't know yet, Doc.
OABCIG got it, but
they
you know what?
But way back at the 17.
Right now, it's just, if I'm OABCIG, it's time to mothball this reverse on the kickoffs.
It has not worked. It has not worked tonight. Ball will be spotted at the 24-yard or 18-yard line, excuse me. I don't know. I don't think it's at the 18. That's at the 19 where I'm marking that. And so 19-yard line with 6:50 to go in the third quarter and a 3-touchdown lead for the Indians. But let's see what this Falcons offense does here. 3 receivers for Beckett DeJean. And he'll look to throw. Heavy pressure. We've got our first McKean's Pub and Grill sack at the 10-yard line.
Once again, Higgins, inside linebacker, 1,001, 1,002, and here I go. And his only responsibility is to tackle DeJean, and he's done that quite effectively.
And DeJean loses 6. DeJean has positive 10 yards rushing on 9 carries. It is now 2nd down and 16 from the 13-yard line. That's where they say the forward progress was. 3 receivers to the near side of the field. DeJean's going to just try to dump it off. It'll be incomplete to Kelton Ladwig.
Pullman at nose guard. He is occupying basically 3 blockers. I don't know what the rules are that OABCIG is blocking by, but I don't understand why you have guard, center, guard blocking one guy. And that's what, for Spirit Lake, it allows Higgins to run free.
It opens a lot of things up, doesn't it? 3rd and 16. And pressure. DeJean going to get downfield. Oh, we're going to have a pass interference perhaps there. No, they're going to say interference. I don't know. Did he turn around? Incomplete.
It looked like the Spirit Lake defender was running stride for stride, and the OABCIG guy was the one who was pushing off.
Maybe they were just playing a little tussle back and forth. The official says we're going to let him play.
Spirit Lake guy had his arms up to his out to his side. He was the one who was getting pushed.
4th and 16. I'm so glad Matthew's getting beat on. Do you see what I did here tonight? I put Matthew in the middle so I don't get played. I don't have the rugby wrestling game.
Are you doing wrestling this winter?
I haven't decided yet. It'll depend on, are you doing it? That's the real question. 4th and 16, ball at the 13-yard line, and we have a timeout on the field back in 30 seconds on Campus Radio KUOO.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm and Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
The Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold Park.
And we welcome you back to Hafer Field in Spirit Lake. It's 21-0, Indians leading the Falcons of OABCIG. Number 5 leading number 2.
That's his arm.
Yeah, I don't need to see any more of that. You have too many contacts that are coming at you with those sorts of things, Doc. Last time I invite a doctor into the booth with me. All right, 4th and 16. That's a low snap and a low kick as they get the punt off. It'll bounce over the Spirit Lake person's head at the 50, and it'll take an OABCIG bounce to the 25-yard. Well, they're going to get the 24-yard line out of it yet.
That was like
a
bad hop to a shortstop where it goes right over his head and just kept rolling to the fence.
So 5:46 to go in the quarter, and the Indians' offense is back on the field.
5'11" Hassel. Thanks, Ed, for giving me my height.
And here we go. Spirit Lake at their own 24-yard line, up by 3 scores, looking for more.
Ed's his dad, Eddie Hassel.
Yes, I figured that. 1st and 10. All right, and end around play, and he stays on his feet. I think that's Cornwall. Look at Jake Cornwall go to the 42-yard line.
Right now, Spirit Lake is just lining up and just imposing their will, and OABCIG really, they're not used to losing, and they're a bunch of seniors out there who are getting beat up.
But I'm telling you what, though. I think a lot of it is the fact that, they're not used to losing, but, I think they were only up like 8-6 at halftime last week, or they were down 8-6 at halftime last week, but, yeah, they look like they kind of got hit in the mouth here tonight, and they weren't quite ready for it.
Yeah.
So here's 1st and 10 from the 42, Indians' own 42-yard line, and they're going to hand off, and that'll be Jake Cornwall, and he'll get 3 to the 45.
Coach Beloit talked about that it was going to be easy for the kids to be dialed in practice this week, and you can tell they were dialed in practice this week, and they came loaded for bear.
2nd down and 7 on the way. Our broadcast thanks to your Spirit Lake Pizza Ranch, Spirit Lake Community School District, and Okoboji View and Pub 19. We thank them all. 2nd and 7, Indians at their own 45-yard line, up 21-0, 4:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Now the Indians will put a few more men on the line of scrimmage. They'll send one in motion. That's Tyler Voss. He'll get the handoff. Voss will get the 50-yard line, follows the blocker in front of him, which is Cornwall. He'll go out of bounds at the OABCIG 48-yard line and a pickup of 7.
Another hard run, and then the next time a Spirit Lake runner goes down on first contact will probably be the first time all night. They do not go down on first contact. They just keep going. Really well-coached, motivated team right now. And the sophomore quarterback is in control. Once again, you saw they snapped the ball under 10 seconds to go. Now they bring him up the line of scrimmage.
Ball at the 48. They'll hand off to Cornwall. Avoids one defender. Can't quite avoid the second wave. He might lose a yard on this one. They'll see where the forward progress puts him. I think right back at the line of scrimmage, no gain. One time OABCIG had it sniffed out. So that's going to set up second down and 10.
A lot of hands on the hips on OABCIG's defensive line right now.
What did we say in the pregame? Spirit Lake's rested on both sides of the ball because they are not playing on both sides, right? And OABCIG is. Yes, they're seniors. Yes, they're obviously experienced, but that's been a factor here tonight. 2 receivers to the right for the Indians on second down and 10. They'll send Voss in motion to the right. And Lunt is in the shotgun, rolls to his right. He'll find Voss at the 45. Voss down to the 35, maybe even more than that yard line.
That's about the 8th time they've run that play, the high, the low, the intermediate, the flooding the zone. And it's been successful every time. OABCIG has no answer for it.
You have 14 more yards for Voss that time through the air. He has 6 catches for 75 yards in this contest. As we mentioned, Spirit Lake had 122 yards passing at halftime to go along with the 103 yards on the ground unofficially. And now the 21-0 lead. First and 10 at the Falcons' 34-yard line. Cornwall.
5 seconds, 4, 3, 2.
Lunt got to get it snapped. Does with 1 second. It's going to be direct snap to Lunt. And he takes it up the right side. And he'll see the 30-yard line. And a pickup of 4.
You burned 40 seconds. That was wonderful.
That's exactly what you want to do in this type of a game when you get up by 4 or 3 scores like that.
Doesn't really matter this time, though, because he went out of bounds.
Still. So give 4 more yards there to Cade Lunt. 2 receivers to the left. Lunt will hand it off here to Cornwall. And Cornwall down to the 25-yard line.
But once again, it takes 3 or 4 guys to bring him down. And he's got really nice feet. You see how he just kind of tiptoed and danced and jump cut side to side, just picked his way through there. Brings up a 3rd and 1.
So 3rd down and 1 at the 25-yard line.
Boy, what a luxury to have a couple guys. You give it to Higgins. Now he gets tired. Cornwall, you come in, just keep pounding and pounding.
And again, they'll just let the clock kind of burn down here. 2:35 and ticking. 21-0 Spirit Lake. Top 5 matchup.
Watch them go over the top here. 3rd and nothing. You know they're going to go for it on 4th down. I'm thinking you might want to try to sneak Voss down the
Well, did they get somebody across there? And now what do we got here?
They got delay of game.
So delay of game against the Indians. They're trying to get him maybe to jump. I don't know. I think maybe there was some miscommunication there.
That was kind of interesting.
Penalty pushes him back to the 30. Now it's 3rd down and 6. And Spirit Lake would like to, I think, just get out of this quarter here, right, with the 21-0 lead and get the wind at their back again here for the 4th quarter and then force the Falcons to throw into the wind. So 3rd and 6. He'll just hand it off here to Cornwall, and he'll try to go up the middle, and he'll escape the first tackler and then fall forward to the 29-yard line, it looks like. Gain of maybe 1.
You know what, if I'm Spirit Lake, just sit on it. Take the air out. Don't even snap it. Take the delay game. Then if you have to punt into the wind, who cares? Take the 5 yards. So you can knock it down about the 5-yard line.
Well, they can get it down to about a minute 25. Yeah.
Well, it looks like they are going to run.
In the third quarter.
They are going to run a play.
Well, I don't know if you're really out anything. I mean, running a play here this deep in the territory, you know. And the field position, you're only going to give them about a minute if you don't get it here. Here's 4th down. Lunt rolls to his left. He's a little bit in trouble now. He'll be tackled shy of the first down. I think he got right back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be no gain for Lunt, and that will be a turnover on downs.
That's Coach Beloit having supreme confidence in his defense that they're, once again, he doesn't think OABCIG can threaten him.
A minute 22 to go in the third quarter.
And I don't either.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see that at this point, but you know, it's still only a 3-score game with this really, really talented Beckett DeJean at quarterback for the Falcons. Let's see what they do here with the remaining minute 22 and the wind at their back. They've done nothing with it this quarter. They'll toss a little screen pass out there. It'll be caught to Kelton Ladwig, and he'll get a couple, but no more. I mean, he had to throw it a long ways for a 2-yard pickup.
Has there ever, just the feeling of this game, JJ, have you ever been involved in a game it's only a 3-score game? Only 3 scores, but
it feels like it's 6 scores?
It feels like it's, you know, should be continuous clock and we're done. You know, it's just.
Yeah. Ladwig gets 3. 2nd and 7 at the 30, 31. Now they'll throw it here to Quirk, Carson Quirk. He'll get to the 35. He's injured. Well, he's just a little slow to get up here. Gains 4 on the play. And that's the first time he's been targeted tonight. And he's all right. And we're going to play 3rd down and 3. Falcons at their own 35-yard line. 38 seconds to go in the quarter. And did they take a timeout? Injured player yet? Okay, we got an injured Spirit Lake player. Maybe a cramp here on the near side of the field. Didn't see that. Gives us an opportunity maybe to take a quick break here as well. Let's take a 30-second timeout. More high school football coming up on KUOO.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm and Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
The Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the
third quarter. OABCIG has 3rd down and 3 at their own 35-yard line. 4 receivers here for DeJean. Sends a man in motion. That Peters. Now he'll look to throw. Pressure. DeJean will get away. Throws it down the middle. Low throw. It'll bounce off the turf. Incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 3 coming up. And the Falcons are going to have to punt. 21 seconds to go here in the quarter. So OABCIG is OABCIG is not going to be able to do anything here with the wind at their back in the third quarter. 4th and 3. And I believe it's Beckett DeJean back to punt. And who does Spirit Lake have back there to receive? That might be Hassel. There's the punt. Yes. Ball at the 32. Hassel picks it up at the 20. He'll roll up the right side to the 30, to the 40. Cuts it back towards the middle and looks like he'll get to the 45-yard line. Pretty good return by Caden Hassel. And good field position for Spirit Lake with 8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Already up 3 scores. And good field position. And after 8 seconds, they'll get the ball with the wind at their back. Our broadcast tonight on KUOO and Explore Koboji Live Video, thanks to Interior Sewing by Lisa, Lakes Regional Healthcare, and Central Bank and Central Insurance. So 1st and 10, Lunt will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers check that. 2 receivers to the right. Now they'll send the man in motion. They will hand it off here to Voss. Voss has a blocker up front. Now cuts it back towards the middle to the 50, to the 45-yard line of the Falcons. That should be enough for a first down.
First down is going to end the third quarter.
A 10-yard gain for Voss on the ground.
That kid's fun to watch play football.
He's just so quick. And Spirit Lake, after 3, leads OABCIG 21-0. Fourth quarter in a minute on KUOO.
Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold Park.
Northwest Bank is top-notch. You may be a one-time customer, you may be a lifetime customer, but they're always going to look out for you and take care of you.
Northwest Bank has the ability to help you do what you need to have done with your mortgage.
To me, probably the number one thing is their ability to get the job done.
Easy to work with, explain things very well, people that you trust and people that you see every day. That type of skill and knowledge sitting behind that desk when you're coming to sign those papers is very important.
I've always trusted Northwest Bank, and I definitely trust them with the biggest purchase we've ever made.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2650.
We start the fourth quarter with Spirit Lake all over OABCIG 21-0 with Dr. Ryan Rolk. I am Jason Jacobs. We say thanks to Matthew Grisham handling Explore Koboji Live Video, and Michael Petska, as always, running things back at Mission Control here in Spirit Lake at KUOO. 21-0 Spirit Lake. Not sure I saw this score after 3, but Indians fans will take it. They have 1st and 10 from the Falcons' 45-yard line, and it'll be incomplete. It'll be broken up by the Falcons defense to throw to the right side. I believe they were looking at Hassel there. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 coming up.
And now with the 21-point lead, the win at your back, the whole offensive playbook is wide open.
Agreed.
Third quarter, they were mostly run-dominated, but, boy, it's if you're OABCIG, you got your hands on your hips and what's going to happen now.
Q102 after 3 quarters, Unity Christian 35, Okoboji 6. Y100 after 3 quarters, Emmetsburg 35, Sibley Ochee nothing. 2nd down and 10 from the Falcons 35 for this Indians offense, and they're going to hand it off, and I think that's Voss, and Tyler's going to get a block on the end around. He'll get to the 40-yard line and pick up 5 on 2nd down. Voss now has 22 yards on the ground to go along with the 75 yards through the air. 3rd and 5 for the Indians at the Falcons' 40-yard line. And again, up 3 scores early fourth quarter here. I did see an update. It's still, I believe, 36-0. Central Line, George Little Rock leading Cherokee after 3. 3rd and 5. The man in motion is Voss. Lunt from the shotgun. Looking to throw, got to get away from the one defender. Tries to get her downfield. Down throws it across the field, and it'll be incomplete over top of the outstretched arm of Jake Cornwall.
I know Lunt wanted to get outside with the run-pass option, but he kind of ran himself into that pressure. If he would have just planted his feet,
the blockers were going in the right direction.
Would have taken him right past him, and he would have had a much easier alley.
It'll be a good learning moment on film on Monday, of course.
Well, for a sophomore quarterback, it's pretty hard to find a nit to pick with this kid.
So Spirit Lake will play the field position game here and punt from the 40.
Matthew Grisham.
And they will have Caleb Ryder on to punt. And Caleb's punt, sky high. That sucker, that's way out of the end zone.
Let's see where they mark it, though. It should be about the 16, 17-yard line, I would think.
Let's see, as it went out of bounds.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about the 16, 17. Nope.
They're going to mark it at the 13.
14, 13.
Okay.
Boy, he pounded that thing.
Yes, he did. 10:55 to go in the game, and OABCIG will get the ball at their own 13-yard line, trailing 21-0 to Spirit Lake. Well, let's see if the Falcons offense can get anything going here tonight. They've got 3 receivers here, 2 to the far side of the field. DeJean is, of course, in the shotgun with Ladwig. Now they'll send him out in motion. DeJean's going to try to air it out. Got a man. It'll be caught beyond midfield. That's Josh Peters. He'll be brought down at the Spirit Lake 42-yard line.
Man, he threw flat-footed through that thing 50 yards into the wind, JJ.
45 yards.
What, from where he threw it on the hash to the other hash?
Wow. And that was Peters, correct? Yeah.
Dropped it in a bucket. That's a pretty impressive play.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Falcons, and they'll toss it out to Winter Road on the right side, and he'll get around some defenders. There goes Winter Road, 30, 25-20 to the 15. Spin move, 10-5. That's going to be a touchdown for, well, maybe not.
I thought he was in, but they're going to call it, yeah.
It'll be a 42-yard touchdown.
I thought he was in. I thought they were going to call him down about the half-yard line, but.
So it'll be Gabe Winterroad.
And the OABCIG fans say, where's that been all night?
10:23 to go here in the ball game. Puts the Falcons finally on the board, and they'll kick an extra point here. I believe it is, well, it's either Kolar or Ladwig. Snap, hold, kick is on the way. And it's going to be Ladwig, and the officials say we're extra point good, and it's 21-7 Spirit Lake. 10:23 to go in this one. We're back in a minute on KUOO.
Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is making lives easier, healthier, and happier. Check out Hy-Vee.com and find meal solutions, recipes, your weekly ad, and the latest edition of Seasons. Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is a proud supporter of all students, wishing them a good year academically and athletically.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
Enjoy a taste of the islands at Snapper's Turtle Bay Cafe at Parks Marina. We're open daily at 11 with delicious island-style entrees and daily specials that include a local favorite island tacos, a close second to the lobster mac and cheese, or maybe you prefer the Boathouse burger, seared ahi tuna salad, or Cuban sliders. Join us at Snapper's, open daily at 11 for lunch and dinner all year long.
Spirit Lake on the kickoff, receives it at the 15-yard line, and it'll be returned to the 27-yard line. OABCIG on the board after a 42-yard touchdown catch and run by Gabe Winterroad. And so the Indians offense with a 2-touchdown lead now goes back onto the field at their own 27-yard line. 10:18 to go in this one.
Well, that definitely got Spirit Lake's attention. The boys should be dialed back in now.
They can score. They can, right? I mean, they are a talented bunch from OABCIG. They're ranked second for a reason. A little bit of confusion here defensively for the Falcons to start this drive for Spirit Lake, and they're going to try to bounce things outside, and they'll pick up maybe four here. That's going to be Cornwall. And so they'll give Jake the 31-yard line and a 4-yard pickup. He's now up to 41 yards rushing on 10 carries. 9 carries make that. 2nd down and 6. And Spirit Lake very content to take their time. 9:45 clock ticking, 15 seconds on the play clock. They won't use all of it as Lunt gets under center. 2 receivers to the right. And they will hand things off here. And that's Cornwall again. And Jake inside the 45. Hard hit down to the 43. Or check that, 37. Got to look at my numbers on the field a little better there. Ball at the 38 after the official says there's the forward progress. Gain of 7 on the play for Cornwall. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 38-yard line. And send 2 receivers to the right. Single receiver to the left. They're going to hand off. Cornwall tries to avoid one defender. That was well played by OABCIG defensively. The big guy, John Cruz, a sophomore, makes the tackle. No gain on the play.
You don't see that from them every day. 6 foot.
That's a big kid for a sophomore.
88.
He's a big boy. They've got some size on the line.
Real size.
They do. I see 223, 256, 227, 245, 269, 268. 2nd down and 10. And they're going to hand off. Here's Teesfeld. Teesfeld to the 40. Spin move to the 42, maybe 3-yard line.
I thought
a little hold, maybe.
I thought Cornwall got away with a block in the back.
Well, I don't think the official saw it. They'll mark the ball at the 38, or excuse me, the 43-yard line.
3rd and 7.
3rd and 5. Cornwall, what did he gain? 5 on that?
Yeah, 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5 that was Teesfeld, excuse me, not Cornwall.
This is a big play here, JJ.
Yeah, I would agree with you here. I think Spirit Lake's got to keep a drive going here. And they're going to hand off. Smart decision. They're close. They're maybe going to be a yard short.
It depends where we get a spot.
We're going to be a yard short at the 49, it looks like. Or, excuse me, not the 49, the 47.
Once again, you know, there's Cornwall falling forward.
Yep.
Falling forward. It's amazing to watch these Spirit Lake guys run the ball.
So 4th and 1 at their own 47-yard line, up 21-7, 6:57. Clock is ticking here for Spirit Lake. What do you do on 4th and 1?
You know what? You tighten your chin straps, you hold your water, you go on the second sound, see if you get a cheap one.
I would agree. Look at OABCIG's not even close to ready. Now they'll send Lund under center. Now Coach Beloit. Now there's some confusion for Spirit Lake. He calls a timeout. All right, we'll take one as well. 21-7, Indians lead the Falcons, and we're back in 30 seconds on KUOO and Explore Koboji Live Video.
Down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
And 1. Spirit Lake's at their own 47-yard line, up 21-7. And I think we've got 6. What do we have on the clock? 6:41 to go in this one.
Let's see if I would see if OABCIG can hold their water. And if you don't even have, even if you don't snap it, punt it away. There's worse things than a punt. Looks like they got a short punt formation though with.
Oh no! And it goes over the head of Lunt. He's just going to land on it back at the 27-yard line. Oh, my. So that's unfortunate if you're Spirit Lake.
Ooh.
A loss of 20.
Ooh.
Oh, my. And now OABCIG is cooking.
Well, bow your neck, gird your loins, tighten your chin strap if you're Spirit Lake's defense.
Ball at the Indians' 27-yard line. We have 6:36 to go in the ballgame. 21-7 Spirit Lake. OABCIG has the football, and they're going to look to throw here on 1st down. And it's intercepted! It's intercepted by Tyler Bonds at the 35, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, and he'll be torn down at the 21-yard line.
They're trying to run that slip screen, that bubble screen, and DeJean never saw Voss, who just jumped right into the passing lane and was off to the races. That kid, heck of a football player.
What a big play. Return to the OABCIG, 21-yard line?
Do you just feel momentum swinging back and forth like never before in those last two plays?
That's all of a sudden. And that has got to hurt if you're OABCIG. With 6:26 to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, right now, Spirit Lake run the ball 3 times, burn some clock. If you score, great. If you get a first down, even better.
2 receivers
probably not even better at scoring.
Far side of the field. They're going to hand off, and this is going to be Cornwall, and Jake will get down to the 15.
Close to 5.
Maybe even a little more than that. From the looks of it.
Just outside the 20. Now he's inside. Yeah, I'll give him a 6. But right now you got plenty of points to score and keep working that clock.
Cornwall's now up to 58 yards on the ground.
What a play by Voss. Come on. That
incredible.
Was big time. Big time.
Incredible. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. They're going to bunch things up here, especially on the left side of the line. They'll hand off to Cornwall. He'll go up the right side. Cornwall down to the 12. I think he's close to a first time.
I hope he's short. I hope he's short.
Just a little short.
I hope he's
at
short.
The 11.
Burn 40 more seconds. Get it under 5 minutes.
It's going to be about 3rd down and 1. So give Cornwall, 3 more yards. So 3rd down and 1, 5:15 to go in the ball game, 22 seconds on the play clock. So the Indians can get this to under 5 minutes here and try for the 3rd and 1.
About 10 seconds left. Now they go to the line.
They'll put Lunt in the shotgun.
They go unbalanced to the wide side of the field.
2 receivers to the left. Now they're going to hand off. And as that
was Voss, and it's a first down at the 8, which is the best thing you could hope for.
So gain of 3.
Burn 40 more seconds or force OABCIG to start using some timeouts.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 8 for the Indians. 4:31 to go in the game, up 21-7 on the number 2 OABCIG Falcons. Spirit Lake number 5 in the latest Radio Iowa poll. Of course, Iowa High School Scoreboard Show is coming up at 10 o'clock tonight from Radio Iowa and Learfield.
With Latham and Hussey graduating, you thought, how are they going to find explosive plays on offense? Well, but they just got a stable of guys that are doing it.
Cornwall again. And Jake looks like he got 1 down to the 7. Yeah, they've reloaded. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Well, and what a huge win this is potentially going to be here for Spirit Lake tonight.
Well, right now it doesn't even look like, Coach Allen's is considering burning some clock.
He's got 2 left.
Burn his timeouts. Just letting this clock burn down.
So we're going to see
if
overload on the left here.
If they score here, that's a ball game. You think you want to save some time here.
They're going to hand off. And there's Cornwall into the end zone. Touchdown. End around up the left side. Give Jake Cornwall a 7-yard touchdown run.
Once again, they just outman them, just do to alignment, especially when you bring Cornwall in motion. Oh, and boy, now we got a
little extracurricular.
I think we got some unsportsmanlike.
All right. See how this shakes out in a moment. We'll thank some more sponsors: C&B Operations, Jurdy Collision Center, MHR Insurance, and Northwest Iowa Bone Joint and Sports Surgeons, plus the Venue, sponsoring tonight's broadcast.
I got the feeling somebody on the defense said the magic word, JJ.
Yeah, that's not good. All right. Okay, it is unsportsmanlike on OABCIG. His mic is not working. Unsportsmanlike there. That'll probably be assessed on the kickoff.
Can't be saying abracadabra.
No. So 27-7, extra point coming up, 3:18 in the ballgame. Swinging gate comes over top of the ball.
Has Spirit Lake had a line in these last 10 years, had a line of kickers too?
Yes.
Oh,
this is about the fourth really good one in a row.
Goodness.
Snap, hold, kick is on the way. It is good.
It landed up against the block retaining wall that passed the track. Unbelievable.
28-7 Spirit Lake. Back in a minute, KUOO.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Whether it's a flooded basement or damaged carpets, Steamway Cleaning has the tools and professional service to restore the beauty of your floors. Steamway Cleaning also provides duct cleaning, odor removal, and much more, plus 24-hour emergency services. Call Steamway Cleaning in Spirit Lake.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
(28-7), Spirit Lake leads OABCIG. 3:18 to go in this one in Class 2A District 2. Everybody, I think, was very excited about this matchup here tonight at Spirit Lake at Hafer Field, but it's, by and large, other than one play for two plays for OABCIG, it's been a blowout.
Yeah, it really it's been a huge mismatch. You look at OABCIG with the physical size, but the speed of Spirit Lake has just been the dominant
especially
factor.
on the defensive side, I feel like, Doc. So that penalty put Spirit Lake, I think it was at like the OABCIG 45-yard line, and so that's kicked into the end zone. Falcons will start at their own 20.
JJ, it landed about 15 yards past the end zone.
Falcons will start at their own 20 with 3:18 to go in the game, down 3 scores. Let's see if we can get some more score updates here for you. We have a final. It's Unity Christian 42, Okoboji 6. After 3, Jackson County Central leads Windham 48-6.
What's the OABCIG stand for?
Odebolt, Arthur, Battle Creek, Ida Grove.
Good job.
I played against BCIG in school.
Oh, did you?
Yes, down there even. And there's a nice toss to the sideline that's complete to number 22, Josh Peters.
I knew the general contractor who built the high school.
Is it a new, is this high school been here a while, or?
Yeah, it's been there a while.
Okay. So a gain of 6 to Peters. He's got 51 yards receiving on a couple catches tonight. He had one of the big plays for him tonight. 2nd down and 5, Falcons. And DeJean will look to throw, and now he'll just take off. Oh, now he's going to throw downfield. Had a man, and it'll be caught. Nice catch by Gabe Winterroad as he got mauled right away at the Falcons' 39-yard line. Pick up a 13.
Alger was about a half step too late for picking that thing off.
So give him 13. And they're going to look to throw downfield. Got a man, and incomplete. I was looking at the official to see if he was going to pull the flag. He thought about it, then said no.
I'm cold. Let's go home is what he said.
It'll be, well, what is it now? 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line of the Falcons. Again, 28-7 Spirit Lake.
Who we got next week, JJ?
Esterville Lincoln Central. And here's the deal. ELC, lost a couple games in non-district play, but again, I think it's about all who you play. More on that in a moment. And they're going to fake a handoff, and DeJean will be tackled for a loss inside the 30-yard line. Well, are they going to give him forward progress at 32? Okay.
Once again, they don't account for Voss coming off the edge, and he's just been a menace all night long. But it should be the reason I was asked who they're playing. You got a big rivalry coming up this week, so once again, you should be able to keep their attention in practice because usually
homecoming and all that.
Yeah, usually when you woodshed the number 2 team in the state like they have tonight, it might be hard to get their attention. But with their rival coming up, should be a good week of practice.
And a rival that's won the last 2 games, maybe even 3 in a row now. Here's a throw downfield, almost intercepted by Dylan Stecker. I think it's 3 in a row now for Yale, at least 2 in a row for sure. And it might even be 3 in a row. They've had to play in Esterville the last 3 times in a row because there was the back half of a 2-year assignment, then the weird COVID year, and then the first of this 2-year district alignment had them in Esterville last year again. And it was raining the whole game last year. Here we go, 4th down, and DeJean will try to run to his right. He'll go downfield, and it will be caught after it was tipped through the air by about 3 different people. Winter Road makes the catch. How did he catch that at the 49 of Spirit Lake?
2 Spirit Lake guys had the end zone in their sights.
Yeah.
They forgot the ball, and it pinballs around, and Winter Rose catches it with 1:51 to go.
Wow. Gets 19.
And gets the first down.
Wow.
They always tell you not to throw late back across the middle. DeJean got away with it that time.
1st and 10 from the Indians' 49, and DeJean
will look to throw. Goodness.
Oh, wow. We've got to have a flag somewhere.
Goodness.
They'll throw downfield. It'll be incomplete downfield.
I love to watch Voss coming off the edge, and that time, once again, not only did he get do-si-doed, he got cow-wrangled, rustled, bulldog to the ground.
I don't think they can quite tackle when they're on offense, but either way, it'll be incomplete downfield. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
The old do-si-do, JJ.
Emmitsburg.
Spin your partner.
Emmitsburg 42 and Sibley Ochin 0. That's a final on Y100.
Watch for Voss come with his hair on fire here. Here he comes, chases DeJean out of the pocket.
And he'll throw downfield. And that's intercepted at the 17-yard line. They're going to throw, I think, a pass interference maybe here on Spirit Lake. So as it stands, interception by Drew Alger at the 17. But
I don't know.
Are they going to call pass interference?
They're going to call it, but boy, the defender has just as much right to the ball when it's in the air.
I think they're going to argue that he shoved him off, and then, they're going to argue that he shoved him off to make that interception.
And you can see how Coach Beloit agree. I don't agree with that call, neither does Coach Beloit, because it looked to me like he made a move on the ball, and he's in better position.
So instead, it'll be a 15-yard penalty.
That's the bad news. The good news is I get to watch Voss rush from the edge again.
Penalty puts the Falcons at the Spirit Lake 34-yard line. Minute 23 to go. 28-7 Spirit Lake. Falcons have 2 timeouts left. Trying to score here late in this one. DeJean, pressure. Tries to get away and gets away twice, 3 times. Can he make it the 4th? No. He will pick up a few yards, but he'll be down inbounds at the 31 or maybe 32-yard line. And he's only going to get a couple yards out of that. But what an athletic kid that is.
You know what? It wasn't like he had a couple of schlubs trying to bring him down either. And Spirit Lake, they had 3 guys who made great plays. DeJean just made a better one. And after all that, he gains 2 yards.
He has 5 total yards tonight on offense. 5 in the positive territory. DeJean is going to avoid some defenders and now throw towards the end zone. Has a man. It'll be caught. Yes, it'll be a touchdown. Touchdown. That was a nice throw downfield. But who is the individual that caught it is what I want to know. It's number 11, Cale Ladwig. So 32-yard touchdown catch for Cale Ladwig.
He was running to his left, was able to square his shoulders, and he dropped a dime in the back of the end zone against the wind. He outran Higgins, missed him that time, broke contain. You know what? You can't fault Spirit Lake on that. That's just a player making a play.
Extra point is coming up here. And looks pretty good to no. They're going to say it was wide. So 28-13 Spirit Lake. We have 40 seconds is all left in the ball game.
You think they're going to onside kick this?
Well, I would think that they will and give it a try, but I mean, I agree, Doc. It's 2 scores and a 2-point conversion on top of that as well. Probably not going to go very well.
I guess you got to try it, but at some point, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you do, because if you get it and you get a quick score, well, then okay, then another onside kick maybe. But
well, I guess I can say, because I took the Browns to cover on Sunday against the Jets, and they were up 30-17 with 2 minutes to go, and ended up getting beat 31-30 with.
Yeah. I, as well, had them in my survival pick'em this past week, and it did not go very well.
That was brutal.
Well, you can't trust the Browns, right? I mean, that's what it really comes down to. We're going to keep things right here. And, again, Iowa High School scoreboard show, 10 to 11:30. We mentioned next week it's Esterville Lincoln Central here for homecoming for Spirit Lake.
What station are the Hawks on tomorrow?
The Hawks will be here on campus radio tomorrow evening. Then next week, Esterville Lincoln Central. Now, ELC, the non-district play, they lose 2 games, right? They lose to a ranked Humboldt team in 3A, and then they go to West Lyon. You can't fault anybody who loses at West Lyon, right?
No, especially that long trip from Esterville, but and Humboldt's salty. They got it going on these last few years.
They've been very, very competitive. There is the
OABCIG
that was double
touching.
Yeah, they touched it before 10 yards. In fact, the one official is going to come in. He touched it at the 44.
Okay.
That's not going to go. I mean,
I thought
I don't hate the idea of the way that they were trying to go about it, but I don't think he meant to touch it the second time.
Right.
But
the
kicker touched it twice.
I don't know why they didn't blow that dead instead of let the players go bust each other on a play that was over. So that's ball game, JJ.
Yep, that'll be it, because Spirit Lake will take back over. And they'll have the ball at the Falcons' 43. So 37 seconds. There are 2 timeouts for OABCIG, but I don't think it's going to matter. So there's the kneel down by Blunt.
That's it.
Falcons are not going to use the timeout, it looks like. And that's going to do it. Spirit Lake comes away with a big, big victory over OABCIG tonight. Final score, Indians 28, Falcons 13. With the win, Spirit Lake improving this season to 5-0 on the year. They are now 2-0 in Class 2A District 2. Falcons fall to 4-1 and 1-1 in district play. Spirit Lake hosting ELC next week. Falcons will host Pocahontas area next week. Our post-game show is on the way with Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. We'll have our post-game show, and we'll hear from Coach Beloit and more, all coming up on Campus Radio, KUOO.
Taste the Islands at Snapper's Turtle Bay Cafe at Parks Marina. We're open daily at 11 with delicious island-style entrees and daily specials that include a local favorite island tacos, a close second to the lobster mac and cheese, or maybe you prefer the Boathouse burger, seared ahi tuna salad, or Cuban sliders. Join us at Snapper's, open daily at 11 for lunch and dinner all year long.
Feel your best inside and out with Drip Okoboji. IV hydration can help you with energy, athletic recovery, hydration, weight loss, in addition to cold and flu symptoms, food poisoning, and gout relief. Reboot, recover, and repair with Drip Okoboji. Visit us online to schedule at dripokoboji.com.
Okoboji Realty is a proud supporter of the Spirit Lake athletes and all the young athletes involved and driven for success. Good luck from Amy Maris and Mickey Harrington, real estate agents with Okoboji Realty. Dedicated to community, dedicated to you.
McKean's Pub and Grill in Spirit Lake has awesome nightly specials Tuesday through Saturday. Stop by after the game or any night and enjoy a great atmosphere and good times with friends at McKean's Pub and Grill.
Whether it's a flooded basement or damaged carpets, Steamway Cleaning has the tools and professional service to restore the beauty of your floors. Steamway Cleaning also provides duct cleaning, odor removal, and much more, plus 24-hour emergency services. Call Steamway Cleaning in Spirit Lake.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm in Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
Dr. Craig Newell and his staff with Newell Orthodontics of Spirit Lake, Worthington, and Wyndham are well-trained, highly skilled, and licensed to provide the best quality orthodontic care. Newell Orthodontics is proud to help the community and wishes the best of luck to all local athletes throughout the season.
Pizza Ranch of Spirit Lake is proud to sponsor the great local athletes in the Iowa Great Lakes. When great food meets great prices, it has to be Pizza Ranch. Pizza, chicken, salad, whatever you're in the mood for, it has to be Pizza Ranch in Spirit Lake.
Spirit Lake student athletes have a long history of success on and off the field. Spirit Lake Community Schools is honored once again this year to recognize their dedication and cheer them on as they continue to make us proud with their accomplishments and character. We are Spirit Lake.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs,
by Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. Spirit Lake, big win over number 2 OABCIG tonight here at home. Spirit Lake ranked number 5. They win 28-13. Dr. Rolk, your thoughts as I finish up my statistics here quick.
Well, when we started the broadcast, we talked about it doesn't matter, schemes, formation, whatever you're going to do. It's going to come down to who's going to win the line of scrimmage, being able to run the ball, being able to stop the run. And quite simply, Spirit Lake dominated the line of scrimmage from the word go. OABCIG was not able to run the ball at all. Spirit Lake was able to run it when they wanted to. They were able to pass it when they wanted to. And defensively, they gave DeJean fits all night long.
Statistically, in this one tonight, let's start with Spirit Lake. I had them for a total of 355 yards offensively, unofficially here tonight. 224 yards on the ground, 131 yards through the air. They had 103 of those rushing yards at halftime. And Bodie Higgins had 101 yards at halftime, or 100 yards at halftime, and ended up with 101. Didn't need him in the second half, right? You can rest him. You can, they were able to put Cornwall in. He ended up with 62 yards on the ground on, I believe, 15 carries for him tonight. You have Teesfeld come up with 53 yards tonight. Voss with 25 on 4 carries. And then Lunt had some negative yardage with a sack in there and a couple other things. But all in all, a really good night on the ground, 224 yards. And when you're going into a south wind that's blowing 15, 20 miles an hour, ground and pound.
Yep, absolutely. And I have no idea what OABCIG had for total offense, but
185.
Their rushing yards had to have been
43.
A pittance.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was just quite simply, it was men against boys out there on the defensive line for Spirit Lake.
The biggest stat to me tonight for OABCIG on the ground for DeJean, where he's been kind of a terror. He's got over 300 yards on the season on the ground. He had 11 carries for 5 yards.
Yeah.
It just didn't. At one point he was up to like 29 yards early in the ball game, but yeah, it just did not go well for them. Spirit Lake in the trenches definitely won the battle here tonight.
Absolutely, and then, when Higgins was cramping up there in the second half, what a luxury, like you said, to have Cornwall running that ball, doing the end arounds with Voss, to just a total domination on both sides of the ball.
OABCIG, a few more statistics for them. Again, I mentioned DeJean just had 5 yards positive on my front anyway. Carries on 11 carries. 21 yards on 8 carries for Ladwig. 17 yards on 2 carries for Winter Road. Receiving-wise, again, 142 yards through the air. 111 of those came in the second half, mostly in the fourth quarter. And it would be 3 catches for 41 yards for Winter Road, 2 catches for 51 yards for Peters, 3 catches for 46 yards for Ladwig. Quirk had a catch for 4 yards, and then the big number 76, Luke Swanger, on a tipped ball, ended up with 2 yards in the air. He'll get into the stats books tonight for the Falcons, but OABCIG loses this one to Spirit Lake 28-13. Now the Falcons will host Pocahontas area next Friday in Ida Grove. Spirit Lake is going to host Esterville Lincoln Central next Friday, and I believe that's homecoming next Friday here for Spirit Lake. So we'll have that game here on KUOO next Friday, and I believe on Explorer Kaboji Live Video as well. And don't sleep on Esterville Lincoln Central. They are a very, very solid football program over there in Esterville, and they've given Spirit Lake some fits in recent years, so I would expect we'll have a pretty good matchup next Friday. So.
Should be fun with the old Lakes Conference foes going at it.
Absolutely. As far as who did the scoring tonight for Spirit Lake, Bodie Higgins had 2 7-yard touchdown runs in the first half. Braden Teesfeld with a 48-yard touchdown run in the third quarter, and Jake Cornwall with a 7-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter. For OABCIG, 42-yard touchdown catch and run by Gabe Winterroad, and a 32-yard touchdown catch by Cale Ladwig. We're going to bring in Spirit Lake head football coach Josh Beloit now here on the postgame show. And Coach, an outstanding. No, you can keep it on if you want, Doc. You can keep it on if you want.
I've seen that guy in a while.
Yeah.
Josh,
how are you?
We bring him up
how
here.
You doing?
It's been a kind of a zoo here tonight with him around.
I bet.
It was a zoo for your defense as well. They had a great night and kept an outstanding athlete in DeJean at bay.
No, I did a really good job, especially first half, and really start the second half. Even in some difficult situations, so we did a good job of getting pressure. Had some big picks early in the game. Will Graves had a huge pick. And had a couple opportunities. The other ones just thought the pressure was good. Played the run game pretty solid as well. Just thought it was a really good team effort. You know, they got a couple scores late, had a misfit and a missed tackle on the one long one, and then that last one just got behind us. But yeah, I was proud of our guys. Thought they prepared well all week. I thought they executed well tonight. We were able to keep guys fresh on the pass rush, and that was big for us. And then offensively, just playing complementary football. Being able to put a big drive together there, take up a lot of clock, and finish in the end zone was huge.
Hey, Josh, how much did when you came out here to warm up and you saw what this wind was doing, how much did that factor into your game plan and how you called this game? Because it seemed like when you got the ball in the third quarter going against wind, like on offense, you kind of took your foot off the gas and tried to, take some air out of the ball, burn some clock. But right from the wind, I thought in the first quarter was a huge factor in this game.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd win the toss and defer. They won the toss and took ball, so we got what we wanted to. And then getting those stops early. They're confident in their offense. And then the third quarter, I just saw with a 21-point lead. That's an explosive team, and they've come back in a lot of games over the last 4 or 5 years, from state championship games to because they can score on a play or two. I just wanted to try to eat as much clock as we could there in the third quarter with the wind, and thought they would struggle to throw in the wind a little bit, but obviously you can still throw in the wind, so yeah.
I also just really thought tonight the big guys up front did a good job of really opening things up for you to run the football.
Yeah, our guys up front dominated up on the line of scrimmage, and they had a lot of guys packed in there, and they knew we were going to run the ball. And across the board, Owen Meerbeek did a phenomenal job. Cale Quiring at tackle, both those guys. And then our guards did great. Evan Beck had a phenomenal night as well. Again, Ethan Carlson as a sophomore had a really, really good night for us. You guys are just playing really well up front and playing with a lot of confidence, and it's just fun to watch them and see them. So
you clean up.
Josiah McQuan continues. If you watch him on film, how many pancake blocks that guy will have when we're pulling a counter and trap, and it starts with those guys up front, and they continue to get more confident, continue to play hard, and then when you got guys behind them running really, really hard, it gets them excited too. So
you clean up that shovel pass, and it would have been a woodshed.
It's been a great play for us. We haven't run it for a couple weeks, and we just couldn't catch it tonight.
Oh, boy, that thing. That was
the first one especially.
Cade would have liked that too. This completion percentage would have been better. You had 3 or 4 of those.
But you know what? I really thought for a sophomore, this is a big game, right? This was the biggest game in the state tonight in 2A.
He took care of the ball really, really well, made some great throws. A couple sprint outs and vert out. Made some decisions when to not put a ball in there. I thought he really made great decisions tonight. That was, we protected the ball well. We had the one kind of bad snap on the quick kick. And then, Voss's interception. Holy cow, that was play of the game right there. They had a little momentum going there, and then tried to run screen out in the perimeter and what a play and finish. So
really special player there. Now let's talk just briefly about next week. You got Esterville Lincoln Central, and I think a lot of teams, you win over number 2, and you have you got a homecoming week the following week. I don't think it's going to be tough to get this group motivated for ELC, given how it's been a good rivalry in recent years, and I'm sure ELC will bring a good bunch in here as well.
Yeah, I mean, this team hasn't really talked about it. It's game by game, week by week, trying to get better every game, every week, and I think that's what this team will continue to focus on. Homecoming's a fun week with a lot going on, but our guys will focus really, really well at practice. There'll be a great crowd, and those kind of things will be fun. And Esterville's a great team, quality opponent, close rival game for us, and we're excited just to get this win tonight and then continue to focus on getting better as a team. So
outstanding win. Congrats, Coach.
Thanks
for
really
joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, take
Spirit
care,
Lake head football coach Josh Beloit joining us here in our post-game show from Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. And again, Spirit Lake gets the win here tonight, 28-13 over OABCIG. Dr. Rolk had to sneak out for a moment here, so we're going to wrap our broadcast up. We want to say thanks to him for being a part of it, and I want to say thanks to Matthew running Explorer Kaboji Live Video as always, and thanks to Michael back at KUOO Mission Control. Upcoming sports schedule, real quick, let's just kind of run down it. Later tonight, Iowa High School scoreboard show in about 25 minutes right here on KUOO. Tomorrow morning, I believe we have a coaches show live at the Hut in Arnold's Park. That'll start at 8:15 here on Campus Radio. And then tomorrow evening, it's Iowa at Rutgers College football. Pregame at 4, kickoff at 6 here on KUOO. NFL football Sunday, the Vikings host the Lions on Extreme Country 105.7. Pregame starts at 11, kickoff at noon. For Dr. Ryan Rolk, I'm Jason Jacobs. Spirit Lake wins this one over OABCIG in a top 5 matchup tonight, 28-13. Good night from Hafer Field.